12. 0%. Chapter 1 The Chen Family. So, I am time traveling. There was disbelief in Chen Daojun's eyes, and there was a bright red slap mark on his face. This is what he played by himself just now, in order to verify whether he really traveled through time. But obviously, it's true. Chen Daojun took a deep breath, while digesting the memories in his mind, while calming down his inner emotions. Dream River City, the young master of the Chen family. No, to be precise, it should be Chen Jiaxin's successor patriarch. When he was very young, Yuanzheng's father died due to the attack of demonic beasts, and it was Grandpa Chen Daojun who carried the family forward all the time. But just half a month ago, his grandfather also withered away, and passed away at the end of his life. According to the clan rules of the family, the position of head of the family is inherited by the eldest son unless the head of the family personally nominates someone by name. And this eldest son is Chen Daojun's father. The eldest son of the patriarch is dead. According to the rules of the clan, only Chen Daojun will inherit. For him to be the head of the family, there are also opinions in the clan. No, it can't be said to be an opinion, but extremely opposed, and even Chen Daojun was assassinated once for this. If it weren't for the defensive magical item left by the old man, he would be a corpse now. Are the opening conditions so difficult? Chen Daojun continued to sort out the memories in his mind, and he also discovered a more bloody thing. Break off an engagement. The Chen family and the Sun family had a marriage contract, but because of the death of the old man, the Sun family directly came to the door and chose to break off the engagement with Chen Daojun. Although the Chen family was unwilling, they were quite helpless without the support of the old man. The most important thing is Chen Daojun, who is actually a waste material for cultivating Taoism, miscellaneous spiritual roots, now 19 years old, but only has 2 layers of qi refining cultivation base. Chen Daojun wanted to cry immediately but had no tears. The waste material flow at the beginning and the divorce flow, the buffs are full, isn't this too miserable? You must know that this is a world of cultivating immortals. The weak are like grass. If one's own strength is not enough, maybe one day the strong will fight, and the aftermath will kill own. But the negative is positive. I am so miserable, it is not too much to use a system, right? Isn't that what all traversers have? Chen Daojun has read many novels, and many protagonists activate the system after traveling for several months. Can I survive 5 days in this situation? The person who killed him must be in the Chen family. If their plan failed, they would definitely continue to kill him. If you are lucky, you can live a few more days, but if you are unlucky, you will not survive today. Are you in the system? Come out and talk. As soon as Chen Daojun finished speaking, a cold voice sounded directly in his mind. The cultivation system is being activated. The activation was successful. Immediately afterwards, a bright blue light curtain appeared in front of Chen Daojun's eyes, with messages written on it. It's really here. Chen Daojun was both surprised and delighted. He didn't expect that a system actually came after he called out twice casually. System, introduce yourself. Chen Daojun said. The excitement in his tone could not be concealed. Traveling to the world of Shenxia and awakening the system, it is difficult for anyone not to be excited. The cold voice sounded from his mind again. This system focuses on cultivating influence, and it is divided into 3 levels. Luck, return, lottery. Luck. It represents the host's binding power, the current luck value. If the power is stronger, the higher the luck value. Return. In this force, after everyone cultivates, they will return 100 times to the host. Lucky draw. The host can bind a faction. After the binding is successful, free lottery draws can be made 3 times a day, and random items can be obtained. The higher the luck value, the better the items obtained in the lottery draw. Don't. Force binding is limited to 1 time, and cannot be changed afterwards. Chen Daojun stared with a surprised expression. This system is so perverted. 100 times the return. So if you want to break through the foundation establishment period, isn't it just a matter of pinching it with your hands? Now the only one he can bind to is the Chen family, and he has no other choice, so Chen Daojun said without hesitation, I am bound to the Chen family. In an instant, a sense of connection was established. The binding is successful. As the cold voice fell, the system panel in front of Chen Daojun's eyes changed immediately, and everything about the Chen family was revealed in front of his eyes. Influence. Chen family. Current staff. 273 people. Luck value. 3, very low. Lottery level. 1. Taking a look at the luck value of the Chen family, Chen Daojun froze for a moment. Extremely low. Isn't the Chen family already on the brink of extinction? However, from the current situation, this is indeed the case. The old man died, and many forces are ready to move, intending to divide up the interests of the Chen family. As a result, the family is still fighting among themselves. It is very difficult for the Chen family to survive. Chen Daojun thought. Lucky draw. Success in the lottery. Get 1 million spirit stones. Successful lottery draw. 500 pieces of Wangji panacea. Successful draw. Get 1 sect guard of the golden core period. When Chen Daojun saw the items obtained by the lottery, he was stunned again. Although he had expected that the system would be abnormal, he did not expect it to be so abnormal. You must know that the old man was only in the golden core stage before he was alive, but he was directly given a golden core stage guard. Isn't this equivalent to directly bringing the Chen family back to its peak again? And the low-grade spirit stones is a lot of 1 million, which is almost the income of the Chen family for several years. There are 500 pieces of Huangji as elixir, and its value is about the same as 1 million low-grade spirit stones. Is this the lottery function of the system? I love it. Guard, call. In an instant, the space surged, and a muscular figure appeared in front of him in the blink of an eye, and then knelt down towards Chen Daojun with an extremely respectful expression. Chen Wu, meet the patriarch. Chen Daojun could feel the breath in the opponent's body, and the joy on his face couldn't be suppressed at all. Golden core period, it's great. With Chen Wu here, would he still need to be afraid of assassination? Moreover, the troubles of the Chen family can be easily resolved. Chen Daojun took a deep breath, suppressed the excitement in his heart, and began to think calmly. The most urgent task at the moment is to first solve the internal troubles and confirm the status of the patriarch, and then to solve the external troubles. But if I have something to do, who can stand up to 3 lottery draws in one day? The strongest cultivator in the entire Dream River City is only at the nascent soul stage, and it has returned 100 times. I believe it will not take long for him to reach this realm. Patriarch, the elders invite you to the meeting hall. At this time, there was a whisper outside the door. Chen Daojun withdrew his thoughts, and then pushed the door open, only to see a young man about his age standing there, and his appearance was also dignified. This person's name is Chen Shang, and he is the son of Chen Daojun's third uncle, Chen Yun. He is quite loyal to the family, and he is also a firm defender of the family rules. The young man looked at Chen Daojun with an expression of no contempt, but full of helplessness. Chen Shang said with some hesitation, Patriarch, today's meeting is aimed at you, so be careful. Although he is also dissatisfied with the patriarch, rules are rules, and he can only do his job well. Chen Daojun chuckled. No problem, let's go, meet them for a while. With that said, he headed towards the meeting hall. In the room, Chen Wu's muscular figure stepped out, following behind Chen Daojun. Chen Shang glanced at Chen Wu with some doubts in his eyes, then quickly withdrew his gaze, and finally sighed helplessly. The Chen family fell into the hands of Chen Daojun, so it was over. 1%. Chapter 2 Falling Apart. Chen Family. Council Hall. A group of people sat with solemn expressions, and the atmosphere seemed a bit depressed. These are the core figures of the Chen family, and they are also the real direct descendants. Among these people, most of them had unkind faces, and they clustered around a middle-aged man with a calm temperament. Today's Chen family has been divided into 2 camps. Headed by the 3 elders, they insisted on following the family rules. The 2 elders headed hope to replace Chen Daojun and establish a new patriarch. And those who want to replace Chen Daojun are still the majority, only 6 or 7 people are willing to protect the new patriarch. It can't be said to protect the family head, but more to maintain the family rules. 3 elder Chen Yun's face was a little ugly, and his tone was full of anger. Chen Qin, don't you forget what our Chen family relied on all the way here. If we hadn't been united as one, how could there be the Chen family today? You should be very clear about how much the old man has put in for this family. Do you just want to watch the Chen family go to ruin step by step? Contempt flashed in Chen Qin's eyes, and he said with a sneer, Third son, do you really think that if Chen Daojun is the head of the house, our Chen family still has a future? Once the old man dies, the Chen family will be in jeopardy. Letting a young boy be the head of the family is simply a joke. After Chen Qin finished speaking, the people beside him also echoed. Rules are dead, but people are alive. Clan rules don't matter what the overall situation is. Let Chen Daojun, a piece of trash, be the head of the family. We are just killing ourselves. You guys are really brainless, brother Chen Qin, let's just leave the Chen family, set up our own house, and work with these idiots. Sooner or later there will be problems. Let them play with that brat Chen Daojun by themselves. A group of people seemed to have premeditatedly brought up this topic, and voices of agreement continued to ring out, and many people agreed with this decision. Chen Fang, you white-eyed wolves, don't think I don't know what you want to do. Abandon the burden of the Chen family, right? Daddy tells you. Don't even think about it. If you dare to leave, I will announce it all over the city and let others look at you perfidious people. A middle-aged man said angrily. As soon as this remark came out, the hall suddenly fell into silence. Many people around Chen Qin had a bit of shame on their faces. They really had a premeditated plan to leave the Chen family. Actually is not because Chen Daojun is the head of the family, but because the Chen family has lived in Dream River City for so many years and has made many enemies. If the status quo of the Chen family continues to be maintained, even if they are twisted together, they will be targeted very badly sooner or later. So abandoning this Chen family and re-establishing a new Chen family can survive better. This is what they have in mind. Chen Qin was silent for a moment, and then he said, Third brother, you should be very clear about the situation of the Chen family. I am also thinking about the family. Chen Yun gritted his teeth, and the voice came out from between his teeth, consider. You, Chen Qin, want to abandon the entire family. Quote. When the old man was alive, he valued you very much and gave you most of the resources, which made you return to origin during the foundation establishment period. You have enjoyed all the benefits. Now that the family is in trouble, but you want to run away directly, you really think about the family. It's really good, very good. As soon as this remark came out, the other people beside Chen Yun looked at Chen Qin and the others with anger on their faces. In their view, Chen Qin is just a white-eyed wolf. When the family was good, he received all the blessings, and when the family was bad, Chen Qin was also the first to prepare to run away, and hypocritically said that he was thinking about the family. Really disgusting. Hearing Chen Yun's words, Chen Qin didn't refute. He also knew that he was wrong, and everything he said was useless. But it is imperative to leave the Chen family. I still have a bright future. It is impossible to stay in this Chen family and suffer. He is now only one step away from the golden core stage, and if he has the opportunity in the future, he may even become a strong player in the nascent soul stage. But sticking to the Chen family, not to mention the troubles, might even kill her. At this moment, footsteps sounded. The figure of Chen Daojun stepped into the hall, and Chen Wu followed behind him unhurriedly. Third elder, since the second elder wants to leave, let him go. Chen Daojun's voice sounded. Hearing this, Chen Yun was startled. The Chen family was already extremely difficult. If Chen Qin were to leave with such a large group of people, would the Chen family not perish immediately? Patriarch, this is absolutely impossible. That's right, Daojun, we must never let them leave the Chen family. The voice of persuasion continued to sound, and those people all had anxious expressions on their faces. They thought that Chen Daojun being the head of the family would make it very difficult for the Chen family, but they didn't expect him to be so stupid that he couldn't even see the basic situation clearly. Chen Qin's face was full of mockery, and he never thought that his nephew was so stupid. It seemed that leaving the Chen family was really the right choice. Chen Daojun said flatly, since they want to leave, why not? When Chen Yun heard this, he was in a hurry. Patriarch, this matter will not be clear for a while, but they must not be allowed to leave the Chen family. Chen Qin said sarcastically at this time. Third son, the patriarch has spoken, haven't you always followed the clan rules the most? Can you still defy the patriarch's order? His tone was full of mockery. For the Chen family who gave birth to him and raised him, Chen Qin didn't think highly of him at all. Too weak. And extremely pedantic. If after the old man died, everyone supported him as the head of the family, and he could still serve the family reluctantly. But now, it's impossible. Chen Yun turned his head and roared angrily. Chen Qin, are you determined to leave the family? Chen Qin sneered, then looked at Chen Daojun, and sneered unabashedly. Third brother, don't you still think that the Chen family will have a future if this idiot is the head of the family? Chen Yun clenched his fists and slammed the table hard. Don't talk about this with me, have you forgotten that the family treats you? All right, Chen Daojun interrupted suddenly, and the whole hall fell silent. Everyone looked at him, curious about how Chen Daojun would perform next. Chen Daojun took a deep breath, and said slowly, I understand the heart of the three elders. You are the one who really wants the family to be good. I respect you. Hearing these words, Chen Yun's dissatisfaction with Chen Daojun subsided a lot. Being able to say this at least means that Chen Daojun is not a fool. But Chen Daojun looked at Chen Qin, and his tone became extremely cold. Some people want to leave, so leaving him is just a cancer of the family, meaningless. But, second elder, what I said is very simple. You can leave, but you need to return everything you have obtained from the family to the family. The corners of Chen Daojun's mouth raised slightly, and he said as if sending off beggars, "Don't worry, I will leave you 30,000 low-grade spirit stones, and it will be my compensation to the Chen family." Zhang Ran chuckled and shook his head. "Second elder, I think you made a mistake. I mean, all the things you got from the family. Everything on you, including your cultivation base. As for your life, although you are a member of the family, but your life is own, this can be taken away." Hearing these words, the entire hall suddenly fell into dead silence, and everyone looked at Chen Daojun with disbelieving eyes. It seemed as if they were wondering if they had heard it wrong, that such overbearing words were actually uttered from Chen Daojun's mouth. Are you out of your mind? 1%. Chapter 3. Get out of the Chen family. Chen Qin's expression suddenly became extremely gloomy, and the atmosphere in the entire Great Hall also became depressed. There is a sense of tension. Chen Daojun, are you kidding me? Chen Daojun gave him a cold look, his expression extremely calm. Second elder looks at me, does it look like I'm joking? Leave everything you got in the family, and you can leave today. Hearing this, Chen Qin showed disdain in his eyes. He couldn't understand. Chen Daojun is a chi refining period 2 floors. Where did he get the courage to say this to him? But he was really surprised. Chen Daojun usually dare not say a few words to him, but today he was able to confront himself in front of so many people. Very different indeed. Could it be that the person sent to kill him before broke his brain? Chen Qin's eyes were a little cold, and he suddenly looked at Chen Yun, with an extremely weird smile on the corner of his mouth. Third brother, what's your idea? In his opinion, the words Chen Daojun said suddenly must have been taught by Chen Yun. So he only cared about Chen Yun's attitude now. Chen Qin is the foundation establishment returned to origin, but Chen Yun is also the foundation establishment late stage. The two are not much different in terms of strength. Because of this, he didn't want to have too fierce a conflict with Chen Yun, and both sides would suffer from the fight. Just as Chen Yun was about to speak, Chen Daojun interrupted him with a wave. Second elder, as I said, you can leave if you want, just leave your things behind. I don't want to repeat this sentence again. Now I give you 2 choices. First, get out of the Chen family. Second, no, you only have 1 choice, and that is to get out. Our Chen family doesn't need someone like you. Hearing this, Chen Qin's face turned cold, and his heart was filled with murderous intent. At this time, the young man beside Chen Qin sneered and said, Chen Daojun, you don't really think that you are the head of the family, so you are the head of the Chen family, right? Chen Daojun usually has a conservative personality, and he would never speak so loudly. It is only possible that the identity of the patriarch gave the other party the confidence to be arrogant. The others on Chen Qin's side were full of mockery, looking at Chen Daojun as if they were looking at a clown. Chen Yun's party is a staunch defender of the patriarch. Seeing Chen Daojun's appearance, he couldn't help being disappointed. The Chen family is already in a difficult situation. Now that they have a conflict with Chen Qin, isn't that self-defeating? The point is that the feeling Chen Daojun gave them was too unsatisfactory. Chen Qin looked arrogant. He sat on the chair and said jokingly, so that's the case. Do you want us to return everything to the Chen family? Then you come to get it. The other Chen families beside him all said arrogantly, a trash, to be so arrogant. Does he have the ability to take it back? If we want to leave the Chen family, is there anyone who can stop us? Chen Yun listened to these words. His lips trembled angrily. The family has its own rules, and in his mind, the head of the family is the biggest, and no one should disobey it. This is the rule. Although very pedantic, in a family, sometimes such pedantic people are needed. But Chen Qin and the others provoked the head of the clan in such a way that they ignored the rules of the clan and disregarded morality. Do you still have the Chen family in your heart? Have you all forgotten that everything you got came from the Chen family? Chen Yun was hoarse, and at this moment he was extremely angry. He was extremely disappointed with people like Chen Qin. How did the Chen family raise these white-eyed wolves? Chen Yun, we call those who know the current affairs the best. The situation of the Chen family is no longer optimistic. The most important thing is to preserve the future of the Chen family and make a comeback in the future. At this time, the people on Chen Qin's side also made no secret of their own purpose. Chen Yun sneered. You have a good face. Don't you just want to get rid of the shackles of the Chen family and establish your own family? What kind of gentleman are you pretending to be here? All right. Chen Daojun had a headache from their quarrel, and he said directly, that's it. Hearing this, Chen Yun took a deep breath, with mixed feelings in his heart, including anger towards Chen Qin and others, disappointment with Chen Daojun, and deep sadness at own powerlessness. The Chen family, is it really over? Chen Daojun said indifferently. Chen Wu, do it, take back the things that belong to my Chen family. Chen Wugong said in a loud voice, obey, patriarch. After all, he strode towards Chen Qin, the coldness in his eyes was undisguised. It's just that before he reached Chen Qin, he was stopped by two people. Chen Daojun, you are really stupid. It is a kind of sadness that the Chen family has you as an idiot head. One of them turned his head and sneered at Chen Daojun with an extremely disdainful attitude. They had never seen this person before them. With Chen Daojun's contacts, the helpers they could find were at most under the foundation establishment period. It was just a dream to rely on such a person to solve them. Even Chen Yun and the others couldn't bear to look directly at them at this moment. How stupid. What the hell is Chen Daojun doing? The two people who stopped Chen Wu looked at him again and said sarcastically, where did you come from? You are still working with Chen Daojun. Boom. A dull voice sounded, and the two people standing in front of Chen Wu were like kites with short strings. They flew upside down and landed in the corner of the wall. At the same time, a powerful momentum erupted. The entire conference hall suddenly fell into dead silence. The eyes that looked at Chen Wu were full of disbelief. Golden Core period. This person turned out to be of the Golden Core period, and Chen Daojun invited a helper from the Golden Core period. How can it be? Chen Yun also stood up abruptly, sizing up the strange man in front of him with suspicious eyes. He heard very clearly that this person called Chen Daojun the head of the family just now. Is this also the Chen family? Or is it the backhand left by the old man? The other side. Chen Wu's footsteps did not stop. He went straight towards Chen Qin, and then directly blasted towards Chen Qin's dantian with a palm. Senior, why do you want to meddle in our Chen family's affairs? If you are willing to leave at this moment, I am willing to pay double for whatever benefits Chen Daojun has given you. Chen Qinsheng's power was exhausted, but Chen Wu turned a deaf ear to it, and the movements of his hands did not stop at all. Don't want. Chen Qin's eyes were full of panic. Although he was returned to origin in the foundation establishment stage, he was far from the Golden Core stage. Whereas Chen Wu's opponent, he couldn't even resist. Boom. There was another muffled sound, and Chen Qin's whole body shook, a mouthful of blood spurted out, and he couldn't stop backing away. When he regained his senses, he froze for a moment. My cultivation base is gone, am I useless? Chen Qin's eyes were full of despair. He didn't expect that Chen Daojun could actually make his cultivation base useless. Now, the meeting hall fell into dead silence again. Everyone looked at Chen Wu with horror in their eyes. The Chen family really still has a Golden Core period. Who is this person? They all had an idea in their minds, and this is the only possibility that the old man left behind. No one believes that a Golden Core period is willing to obey the orders of Chen Daojun, a waste material. The group of people who followed Chen Qin were about to regret it now. If the Chen family is still in the Golden Core period, it is obviously more beneficial for them to stay in the family than to leave the family. But now everything is in vain. Chen Daojun's icy voice sounded. For the sake of a little bit of bloodline's affection, I will give you a chance to spare your life and let you go. Leave all the valuables on you. Get out of the Chen family, and don't say you are from the Chen family when you go out in the future, and never come back. 1%. Chapter 4. Trust me. The Chen family is so big, and they are very close. If their cultivation base were all abolished, the family would probably have objections to him. This is the feeling that blood is thicker than water. Even if Chen Qin and the others are really disgusting, the Chen family can't bear to do this. Chen Daojun let them go because of this bloodline affection. Even if they had assassinated him once, Chen Daojun was willing to let them survive, but since then, the bloodline relationship has dissipated. If they dare to oppose the Chen family in any way in the future, he will definitely kill their relatives righteously. Chen Qin was quickly carried away by a group of people. His eyes were full of gloom and despair. Originally, I expected to leave the Chen family and go outside to work hard, but I died before leaving the Chen family. Before I left the Chen family, the cultivation base was abolished. In this world, if there is no cultivation base, it is just an ant with life at the bottom. Watching Chen Qin and others leave, this time, Chen Yun did not stop them. Chen Qin disappointed him so much, and letting this group of people stay in the Chen family would do more harm than good. With this golden core period, the situation of the Chen family will not be any worse. But even so, Chen Yun couldn't help sighing. After all, Chen Qin was his second brother, and his blood was thicker than water, so he couldn't bear it. After Chen Wu abolished Chen Qin's cultivation base, he came back behind Chen Daojun again, without saying a word, as if he was a servant. Chen Yun and the people around him looked at each other, and they couldn't figure out what was going on, so they had no choice but to ask. Patriarch, who is this? Chen Daojun shook his head. Sanjiang, I don't want to reveal too much about this person's background, you just need to know that he is my Chen family and that's enough. As for Chen Wu, he was too lazy to explain, and there was no need to explain. After solving Chen Qin's matter, Chen Daojun found that the luck value of the Chen family had also changed. Originally, there was only 3 luck value, but now it has been raised to 15, which has increased 5 times in a sudden. Sure enough, this Chen Qin was a cancer of the Chen family, and it was the right choice to let him get out of the Chen family. Chen Daojun asked, what's the situation with the Chen family now? Hearing his question, Chen Yun immediately stood up. Patriarch, since the death of the old man, except for the matter of Chen Qin, there has been no major disturbance for the time being. However, the other big families are undercurrents, intending to divide my Chen family and eat them. When he said this, Chen Yun's tone was obviously much lighter than before. There is a golden core period in the family, which is indeed very secure. In Dream River City, as long as there is a cultivator of the golden core stage, they can have a place, and they can also disintegrate the intentions of the major families. Chen Daojun waved his hand, and his tone was extremely calm. 3 elders, don't worry, these are small things, and I will take care of them myself. Looking at Chen Daojun's calm posture, Chen Yun frowned. He suddenly felt so strange to this nephew in front of him, completely different from before. Seeing Chen Daojun's appearance, the others were also a little dazed. The former Chen Daojun was just a little kid in their eyes, but now he feels like a patriarch, at least he has a decent appearance. Chen Daojun took out a universe bag and threw it towards Chen Yun. Inside it was the 1 million low-grade spirit stones and 500 elixir that he had won in the lottery. Chen Yun's eyes were a little puzzled, and he didn't quite understand what Chen Daojun wanted to do. But when he opened the Chenkin bag and took a look, he was shocked. Patriarch, this is, Chen Daojun said. These resources are distributed to the direct descendants of the clan. As for how to arrange them, the 3 elders can decide by themselves. Chen Daojun paused after speaking, and then emphasized, these resources must be used up within 10 days. There are also things left by Chen Qin and others just now. 3 elders will take stock and see what is needed. Spend what you need, don't waste it. The strength of the system is related to the Chen family. It is imperative to improve the overall performance of the family. This is the most important thing. After the luck value increases, he can draw more items and let the Chen family grow rapidly. Chen Yun was startled when he heard the words. Patriarch, after Chen Qin and his group left, there are only about 20 direct descendants of our Chen family. Is this a little too much? The 1 million low-grade spirit stones and 500 elixirs were enough for the family to last for a long time, so there was absolutely no need for such extravagance. Too extravagant. The Chen family has a weak foundation, barely occupying a place in this Dream River City. In such a situation, stable development is the most important thing. Chen Daojun shook his head with a firm tone. 3 elders, resources are only useful if their value is exerted, just do as I say. Hearing this, Chen Yun immediately prepared to persuade, but Chen Daojun took the first step and said firmly. Third uncle, you trust me. Chen Yun was slightly taken aback, and met Chen Daojun's eyes. For some reason, he had a feeling of trust in this patriarch who he had an impression of being unreliable. After thinking for a while, Chen Yun looked at Chen Wu again. Seeing the respectful look on the other side, he could only say helplessly. Okay, I trust you, just do what the patriarch says. Chen Daojun smiled immediately, and said domineeringly, just trust me, and soon you will find that the Chen family will be completely beyond your imagination. After finishing speaking, he turned and left, and Chen Wu also left together. Chen Yun looked at the backs of the 2 leaving, his eyes suddenly became a little dazed. Will it exceed my imagination? I hope so. Third brother, what is in this universe bag? Chen Shan asked beside him. Chen Yun did not speak, but directly threw the Chenkin bag in front of him. See for yourself. Chen Shan took the Chenkin bag, and after opening it, he was also stunned. 1 million low-grade spirit stones and 500 elixir. No wonder the three elders objected to these as resources for 10 days just now. Before these things were replaced, they were at least enough for the family to use for 3 months, and it was the case that Chen Qin and the others did not leave. As a result, he will be spent in 10 days now, which is simply too extravagant. Chen Shan asked hesitantly, "Then shall we do it?" Chen Yun frowned immediately when he heard this, and looked at him with some displeasure. "What do you mean, of course do it?" Chen Shan looked a little embarrassed, and he explained, "I didn't mean that, I was worried that our little patriarch has never been a family and doesn't know the preciousness of resources." Chen Yun showed a thoughtful look, but quickly said again, "Call all the direct descendants of the clan over here. Since the patriarch has said it, let's do it. No matter what, he is the head of the Chen family, so we have to trust him. Even if he wants to lead the Chen family into the fire pit, we have to jump." The Chen family has grown from a small family with only the qi refining period to the present, relying on loyalty. And the old man often made mistakes back then. As long as this little patriarch can grow from his mistakes, it can be regarded as a gain. Chen Shan didn't say much when he heard the words, but nodded firmly. When Chen Qin chose to leave, those who did not stand with him were absolutely loyal to the family. Therefore, there were not many doubts about Chen Yun's words. Soon, the direct descendants of the Chen family all gathered in the meeting hall. And all the direct descendants, including Chen Yun and others, only 23 people in total. Looking at the empty meeting hall, the people who came in behind felt a bad feeling in their hearts. Two elder Chen Qin is gone. Doesn't this mean that our Chen family really fell apart? Chen Shang looked nervous, and he walked up to Chen Yun and asked in a low voice, "Father, the second elder." Chen Yun waved his hand. "You don't need to ask too much, you will know later." 2%. Chapter 5 The Charm of 100 Times Return. Chen Yun looked around. During this time, everyone has worked hard and suffered with us. As soon as this remark came out, someone among the younger generation immediately said, "Three elders, what's so hard about this? The Chen family is our home, and we should work together." Chen Bo is right, but unfortunately some white-eyed wolves will never understand. If you want to scold Chen Qin, just say it directly. "I just saw that they have left the Chen family." If the old man knew, he would jump out of the coffin and beat him to death. Second elder is too much. Is he worthy of the Chen family? This bitch. Angry voices kept ringing out, and some people couldn't help but want to scold their mothers, but thinking that Chen Qin was from his own family, and scolding his relatives was scolding himself, so he forcibly held back the words. Chen Yun didn't stop them either. "If you are angry, you should vent it well and not hold it back. And that Chen Qin really deserves to be scolded." After a while, the cursing in the meeting hall stopped. Chen Yun said at this time, "I can understand everyone's feelings, but the problem has been solved now. Chen Qin's cultivation base was abolished by the patriarch, and he didn't leave by himself, but was kicked out of the Chen family by the patriarch." Everyone in the hall was shocked, their eyes full of disbelief. "Patriarch, Chen Daojun, how can this be? Where did he get the ability to use Chen Qin's cultivation base?" Countless question marks popped up in everyone's mind, and they were quite puzzled by Chen Yun's words. Chen Qin is returned to origin in the foundation establishment period, while Chen Daojun is only on the second floor of qi refining. Facing Chen Yun's words, everyone showed doubts on their faces, looked at him very puzzled, and looked forward to the following. With a smile on his face, Chen Yun told the whole story of what happened before. When they heard that the Chen family still had a cultivator in the Golden Core period, everyone was surprised and beamed with joy. My Chen family actually still has a Golden Core stage. Could it be that the old patriarch left behind? The old patriarch is only in the Golden Core stage. Where can we find a Golden Core stage to help us? But besides him, who else has this ability? Three elders, this is true and false. Don't you always try to make us happy? Discussions suddenly rose, and they were full of doubts about Chen Yun's words. Do you think I'm joking? Chen Yun's tone was extremely serious, and everyone was shocked when they heard the words, but there was no need for the three elders to deceive them. Could it be that the patriarch is really not as simple as he is in front of him? Chen Shang frowned, looked at Chen Yun, and then lowered his head in thought. Chen Yun said with a smile, "I called you this time, mainly to respect the order of the patriarch and redistribute the resources for you this time." Hearing this, Chen Shang immediately said, "Father, Let's get through the family's difficulties first. Our cultivation matters are not important. That's right. Now that the family is in such a difficult situation, it's best to spend resources wisely. Listening to their words, Chen Yun felt relieved. This is the original Chen family. Everyone is united and helps each other. It's a pity that there is a cancer like Chen Qin. Chen Yun took out more than a dozen Chenkin bags and distributed them to the younger generation of disciples. The resources inside are your cultivation resources for the next 10 days. Don't ask, and don't mention it to outsiders. This is the order of the patriarch. You can just practice hard. Everyone took a look and was shocked. 20 elixir and 350,000 low-grade spirit stones. In the past, only 2 or 3 elixirs could be received each month, and only 30,000 to 50,000 spirit stones, sometimes even less. There was only 1 elixir and a few thousand low-grade spirit stones. And this time there were so many. And it's only 10 days of training resources. When did our family become so extravagant? Facing everyone's puzzled eyes, Chen Yun didn't explain, but turned around and left directly, leaving everyone with confused faces. Father, what's going on? A girl with a delicate face asked Chen Shan curiously. Chen Shan shook his head. Didn't I tell you not to ask? After finishing speaking, he also turned around and left, leaving everyone with a confused look on their faces. Chen Yi pouted with dissatisfaction, looking cute. My own daughter didn't even say anything, Although they were extremely puzzled, since it was the order of the family, they should follow it and practice seriously. The Chen family is divided into an inner courtyard and an outer courtyard. The inner courtyard is mainly for direct descendants to live in, while the outer courtyard is for servants to live in. In the deepest part of the inner courtyard, Chen Daojun looked at the own system panel. Influence, Chen family, current staff, 199 people. Luck value, 15, very low. Lottery level, 1. When Chen Qin and the others left, many people in the Chen family also left, so there were more than 70 people missing at one time. But it doesn't matter, as long as the luck value increases. Then he was not in a hurry, but began to wait quietly. After a while, the spirit power in his body increased a lot. In just a few breaths, he broke through to the 3rd level of qi refining, and then quickly broke through to the 4th level, 5th level, 6th level, of qi refining. At the 6th floor of qi refining, it eased up a bit, but before it lasted for a few breaths, it broke through the 7th floor of qi refining again. Then came the 8th floor of qi refining, the 9th floor of qi refining, and did not stop until qi refining returned to origin. There is joy in Chen Daojun's eyes. Is this the charm of returning 100-fold? Taking 1 elixir for the Chen family is equivalent to taking 100 of them, and the effect is simply too heaven-defying. Moreover, many members of the Chen family are in the foundation establishment period, and with this 100-fold return, breaking through is as easy as drinking water. Chen Daojun feels that his expectations for the system are still too low. Judging from this, he may break through the golden core period in a few days. There are still 3 lucky draws every day, and there are a lot of resources to be obtained. With such a crazy snowball, the nascent soul period is just around the corner. Feeling the surging spirit power in his body, Chen Daojun suppressed the excitement in his heart and waited quietly. Although the system is perverted, it will take some time to develop. After all, the strength of the Chen family is not strong enough. I want to develop quietly and amaze everyone. It's almost half a stick of incense time. Chen Daojun's momentum was shocked, and the cultivation base climbed to the foundation establishment stage. Someone in the Chen family immediately sensed the fluctuation of spirit power, and looked into the depths of the inner courtyard with a puzzled expression. Chen Yun's eyes were serious. It's the patriarch who broke through the foundation establishment period. Before that, he was still on the 2nd floor of qi refining. Why did he suddenly enter the foundation establishment period? Could it be that he was pretending before? After thinking about it for a long time, Chen Yun couldn't come to a conclusion, and in the end it could only be attributed to a disguise. To be able to serve as a foundation establishment at this age, the aptitude is not too bad, at least enough to lead the Chen family. This patriarch has such a good heart, and he hasn't shown any flaws for so many years. It seems that he still underestimated him. Chen Yun flashed a look of relief. The better Chen Daojun was, the better it would be for the Chen family. After Chen Daojun broke through the foundation establishment period, the luck value of the family also changed. From the original, 15, to 19. Chen Daojun had a smile on his face. This snowball was really fast. Next morning, Chen Daojun's cultivation base has broken through the 6th floor of foundation establishment. This is only a one-night effect. The effect of this hundredfold return is too strong. He doesn't need to practice at all, and his cultivation base can increase crazily. Successful draw. Get 1 return to Origin Guard in the Golden Core period. Successful draw. 1.3 million low-rank Spirit Stones. Successful lottery draw. Obtain the yellow level advanced cultivation technique, and the Thunderbolt. 2%. Chapter 6 Compensation. Chen Daojun couldn't hide the joy on his face as he looked at the rewards he got in the lottery. This snowball is too strong. Call. With Chen Daojun's thought, a thin figure appeared in front of his eyes. Although he looked weak, his aura was particularly powerful, which made people dare not ignore him. Golden Core Stage Return to Origin. This is a cultivator that is only one step away from the Nascent Soul Stage. The strongest cultivator in Dream River City is only at the Nascent Soul Stage. The thin man knelt down and said respectfully, Chen Guang pays his respects to the Patriarch. Chen Daojun nodded. The summoned creatures of the system are absolutely loyal to him, but they are not robots, but have their own consciousness, no different from real people. With the addition of Chen Wu before, the Chen family already has 2 Golden Core periods, and this kind of strength is completely sufficient for self-protection. Chen Daojun smiled and said, that's right, let's go down. Chen Guang replied, yes. Then he turned around and left the room, and stood guard at the door with Chen Wu. After summoning Chen Guang, the luck value of the Chen family also had an earth-shaking improvement again. From the original, 19, to 41. Chen Daojun looked thoughtful. Judging from the rewards obtained in the previous lottery, wouldn't it be the Nascent Soul period the next time he gets a guard? Spirit Stones needs at least 2 million to start, right? Thinking about it, Chen Daojun's aura shook again, and the cultivation base broke through to the 8th floor of the foundation establishment. Yes, at this speed, we can break through the Golden Core Stage today. In 2 days, breaking through the Golden Core Stage directly from the 2nd floor of Qi Refining, this is something even a peerless genius can't do, right? However, the improvement of cultivation base will slow down in the future, unless the strength of Chen family disciples also increases. It seems that improving luck and the overall strength of the Chen family is the most important thing. Chen Daojun whispered. Patriarch, it's not good. An exclamation suddenly sounded outside the door. Chen Daojun frowned, opened the door and looked, only to see a delicate girl with anxious face. Chen Daojun asked calmly, why are you so panicked? Seeing Chen Daojun's calm appearance, Chen Yi was taken aback for a moment, but immediately reacted, Patriarch, the members of the Sun family have come to divorce the engagement again. This time, Patriarch's son has come in person. Chen Daojun narrowed his eyes when he heard the words, I'm going to hang up, you actually came to call off the engagement. This plot is a little too old-fashioned, right? The last time I came to divorce the engagement, the Chen family did not agree. After all, this kind of thing was too embarrassing. But the Sun family's attitude was extremely tough, saying that they would come back in a few days, and the Chen family had to give an answer when the time came. Chen Daojun sneered, I can't wait to get out of the engagement. For this kind of thing, if the Sun family doesn't come to withdraw the engagement, he will also come to find them to withdraw the engagement. The eldest lady of the Sun family is just like that, although she can be considered a little beauty in Mengazong, but his future is Star Dahai, how can she be worthy of him? Chen Guang, Chen Wu, follow me. Chen Daojun walked directly towards the meeting hall. But Chen Yi looked at Chen Wu curiously. Is this the cultivator of the Golden Core period that the 3 elders mentioned? Our Chen family also has a Golden Core period now, so the Sun family doesn't dare to be too tough, right? But, Chen Yi looked at Chen Guang again, who is this person? In the conference hall, Chen Yun and Chen Shan looked gloomy, and sitting opposite them was a middle-aged man with a square face, and beside him was a woman with a cold face. Chen Yun said in a low voice, Patriarch's son, the marriage has been settled before, so breaking the contract now, would it be a little bad? He didn't care about the marriage, and if he divorced, he would divorce. But the Sun family is not low-key. Many people now know that the Sun family is retiring from their Chen family, which has greatly affected the reputation of the Chen family. Sun Pingdong sneered, and said unabashedly, you too, Chen Gui is dead, do you think the Chen family is still qualified to marry my Sun family? Besides, my precious daughter just broke through the foundation establishment period a while ago, and the Chen Daojun is only the 2nd floor of Qi Refining. Even if Chen Gui is still alive, this marriage is absolutely impossible. When they first got married, Chen Daojun was still young, so he didn't pay much attention to these things. At that time, I never thought that Chen Daojun's qualifications would be so poor. It took so many years for cultivation base to break through to the second floor of qi refining. As soon as these words came out, both Chen Yun and Chen Shan's eyes showed anger, which meant that they did not take the Chen family seriously. But Sun Pingdong's strength is not weak. He is the cultivation base of the golden core middle stage, and they are just helpless. Although the Chen family now has a golden core period, it cannot change the status quo. Sun Pingdong took a sip of tea and continued. I have given your Chen family the greatest respect by coming to my door to withdraw the engagement. Otherwise, my Sun family directly announces the unilateral withdrawal of the engagement. What can you do? I'll give you time to think about it. Don't be ignorant. Today's marriage must be retired. As soon as the voice fell, a voice sounded from outside the door. Retire. Hurry up. Patriarch Sun will announce his divorce from my Chen family when he returns. Chen Daojun's voice sounded, but his tone was full of sarcasm. Sun Zan turned her head away, glanced at Chen Daojun, and snorted coldly. Her eyes were full of contempt. Chen Daojun went straight to the main seat, looked down at Sun Pingdong condescendingly, and saw that he didn't move at all, so he looked curious. Patriarch Sun didn't hear what I said just now. Our Chen family has agreed to divorce, so please go slowly. Before Sun Pingdong could speak, Sun Zan immediately stood up and said sharply, Chen Daojun, you trash, why are you talking to my father? Boom. Chen Yun and Chen Shan slapped the table fiercely, looked at Sun Zan angrily, and insulted their patriarch in public, which did not take the Chen family seriously. And Sun Zan didn't restrain herself, and continued to say sarcastically. What? Did I say something wrong? Isn't he just a waste from the second floor of qi refining? With Sun Pingdong by her side, Sun Zan had no scruples in speaking, and she was extremely contemptuous of Chen Daojun and even the entire Chen family, and looked down upon them at all. Sun Zan pointed at Chen Daojun and sneered, a waste is always a waste, and you still want to eat swan meat like a toad, and you don't even think about what kind of thing you are, and you want to marry me, it's just wishful thinking. After speaking, she sat down again and turned her head away from looking at Chen Daojun, as if it would be disgusting to look at him even more. When Chen Daojun heard these words, the coldness in his eyes was undisguised. And Chen Guang and the two behind him already had murderous looks on their faces, and they only needed Chen Daojun's order to go up and tear Sun Zan apart. Sun Pingdong said with a smile at this time, my little girl is not sensible, please don't mind. But my grandson's family has one more thing to do today. Chen Daojun glanced at him, presumably this is the purpose of their visit. He asked lightly, is there anything else? The Sun family may as well come and listen. Sun Pingdong turned his head and looked at Chen Daojun contemptuously. He didn't expect that this trash would dare to answer his own words. Originally, he was speaking to Chen Yun. In the entire Chen family, only Chen Yun could barely talk to him, but he didn't seem to mind too much. Sun Pingdong said in a calm tone, my Xuaner was married to your Chen family before, which wasted her youthful years, and the dissolution of the marriage will also have a certain impact on the reputation of my Sun family. Therefore, the Chen family needs to compensate my Sun family, which is only reasonable. 2%. Chapter 7 Destroying the Sun Family. Compensation. In the conference hall, Chen Yun and Chen Yun's tone contained anger. They didn't know that Sun Pingdong was taking advantage of the fire. Seeing that the Chen family is in decline, he is ready to use the knife. Chen Daojun couldn't help shaking his head when he heard the words, and asked in a curious tone, what compensation does Patriarch Sun want? Sun Pingdong said flatly, 3 million low-grade spirit stones, your Chen family's property on Donglan Street can be handed over to my Sun family to take care of it. Compared to this little thing, my daughter's happiness is far more important. If it wasn't for Chen Gui's face, this matter would never be let go. Chen Daojun nodded. Doesn't that mean that our Chen family has to thank your Sun family? Sun Pingdong looked as if it should be taken for granted, isn't it? The Sun family could have directly forcibly plundered them, but they chose such a friendly way, the Chen family should really thank them. However, he just wanted to take down the Chen family without bloodshed. If the value of the Chen family was drained, all that was left was to destroy it. Hearing this sentence, Chen Daojun almost laughed angrily. Sure enough, cultivators have thicker skins. Chen Daojun shook his head while laughing, and he didn't seem to take Sun Pingdong's words seriously at all. Seeing his appearance, Sun Pingdong's expression suddenly became gloomy. I'm giving you a chance, don't be ignorant. Chen Daojun said with contempt in his eyes. But if I just don't know what's good, what can you do? Sun Pingdong couldn't bear it any longer. He stood up angrily, looking for death. A powerful aura erupted from his body, and then turned into an afterimage to kill Chen Daojun. An ant on the second floor of Qi Refining dares to provoke himself again and again, thinking that he has no temper. Chen Yun suddenly exclaimed, wanting to stop him, Patriarch. But his speed is no match for Sun Pingdong in the Golden Core period. Seeing this, Chen Daojun snorted coldly, and the two figures beside him flickered instantly. Two huge auras suddenly erupted, the cold light flashed, the strong wind raged, and the seats in the meeting hall were overturned. The movement of Sun Pingdong's hands paused, and his expression was startled. Golden Core period, there are still two. At this moment, he suddenly woke up. No wonder Chen Daojun treated him with such contempt. It turned out that he had confidence. A Golden Core return to origin, a Golden Core middle stage, such strength has completely threatened him. The point is that he can't figure it out. Where did the Chen family get the two Golden Core periods? It's a pity that he doesn't have time to think now. Sun Pingdong shouted anxiously. Stop, Patriarch Chen, I don't want anything, and the marriage can go on as usual. In the future, our two families will join forces, and our strength in Meng City will only be stronger. His figure retreated quickly, and at the same time he spoke quickly, hoping to make peace. Chen Daojun sneered. It's too late to say this now. Kill them both for me. Chen Guang and Chen Wu rushed towards Sun Pingdong without holding back. Sun Pingdong's strength is only at the Golden Core middle stage, whereas the opponent of the two, just a face-to-face, and he was directly blown away. These summoned characters, in addition to their cultivation base, also have unique personalities, such as cultivation technique and talent, which exist the moment they are summoned. So there is no water in the combat power. Sun Pingdong stood up quickly, and seeing that Chen Daojun had made up his mind to kill, he immediately roared angrily, You forced me to. The wild lion art. I saw golden light shining all over his body, beating rhythmically. At the same time, his aura began to rise continuously. Boom. Without further ado, Chen Guang just kicked it over, and the golden light condensed on Sun Pingdong's body immediately began to dissipate. At the same time, the spirit power in the body became disordered, and the whole person appeared sluggish. Chen Guang sneered. The prelude to cultivation technique is too long. The voice fell, and the blood suddenly appeared. Chen Wu attacked from the side and directly chopped off Sun Pingdong's head. Seeing this scene, the entire conference hall fell into dead silence. Both Chen Yun and Chen Shan could not conceal the horror in their eyes. The Chen family has two Golden Core phases, and one is Golden Core returned to origin. Most importantly, they actually killed Sun Pingdong directly. Ah! A scream broke the silence. Sun Zan looked at all this in horror, trembling like a sieve. Chen Wu turned his head and walked towards her with a long knife stained with blood. Sun Zan's eyes were extremely frightened. She hurriedly ran towards Chen Daojun, while pleading. Patriarch Chen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have ridiculed you, you spared my life. While speaking, she kept kowtowing to Chen Daojun, her tone full of begging. Chen Daojun's face was indifferent, he couldn't let go of an enemy's daughter. The weak are prey to the strong in this world. If he hadn't been able to protect himself, the Chen family today would definitely be extremely miserable. The Sun family will definitely not let them go so easily. After the blood of the Chen family is drained, it will be time to destroy the Chen family. Puff! A crisp sound sounded, and Sun Zan's head fell to the ground. Her eyes were wide open, she couldn't bear to die. When she was about to die, she didn't even think about it clearly. This Chen Daojun was just a waste, and the only Golden Core period of the Chen family was also dead. Why two Golden Core periods popped up suddenly? Why? Too bad she'll never know why. Chen Daojun turned his head away, and said in a calm tone, Elders, the old man is dead, and many people are eyeing our Chen family, so please take Chen Guang and Chen Wu to collect all the property belonging to the Sun family. Also, cut the weeds and roots. When Chen Yun and the others heard this, their hearts trembled. They naturally knew what Chen Daojun meant. While destroying the Sun family, they would also establish their prestige, killing two birds with one stone. Chen Yun said excitedly, Obey. There are two cultivators of the Golden Core stage, and one of them is Golden Core returned to origin. As long as such strong men don't provoke forces with nascent soul stage, they can basically guarantee the safety of the Chen family. Soon, Chen Yun gathered his men and took Chen Guang and Chen Wu straight to Sun's house. Chen Daojun walked out of the meeting hall calmly, while Chen Yi stood at the door, looking at him curiously. Patriarch, what happened just now? She was standing in front of the door, and only saw Chen Yun leaving in a hurry with someone, and there was a shrill scream from inside just now, so she was extremely curious about it. Chen Daojun didn't explain, but smiled lightly. Go in and see for yourself and you'll know. After finishing speaking, he turned around and left. Chen Yi froze in place, a little confused. Glancing at the meeting hall, she walked in cautiously, and then saw two headless corpses. Chen Yi's tender body trembled, although she had seen dead people before, but the death was so miserable that she couldn't help feeling a little scared. After she regained her composure, she swallowed her saliva and exclaimed, Sun Pingdong is dead. This golden core cultivator died in the Chen family. Then the situation is obvious, the Chen family has the strength to kill the golden core period. Her mind recalled the two figures following behind Chen Daojun. Could it be they? Until now, he couldn't figure out why a golden core period would be so respectful to the patriarch, Chen Daojun. Patriarch, what is the situation? Chen Yi was extremely puzzled. Although she is loyal to the family, it does not mean that she agrees with Chen Daojun being the head of the family. In many cases, she even looks down on him at all, thinking that he is just a waste with no qualifications for cultivation, and is not worthy of being the head of the Chen family. But everything that happened now told him that Chen Daojun was not as simple as she saw in front of her eyes. Being able to control the golden core period is not something ordinary people can do. 2%. Chapter 8 Key Training. Sun Family. Chen Guang and Chen Wu were in such a powerful situation, the screams kept ringing out, and the smell of blood continued to permeate. The Chen family did not hide, or conceal their identity. Soon, almost all of the Sun family, except the core staff, fell into a pool of blood. In this world of the law of the forest, soft-heartedness is the greatest weakness, which is a truth that almost everyone understands. The spies of the major families were shocked when they saw this scene. The Chen family actually has two golden core phases. When the major families learned about this, they all showed shock. The forces of the two golden core periods, even in the entire Dream River City, can already be regarded as among the best. Of course, the three nascent soul phase forces had to be removed. In Shu's house, a middle-aged man with a calm face was sitting in the living room. His face was a little dignified, and his brows were tightly furrowed. Are you sure the news is true? Standing in front of him was a thin young man. Upon hearing this, he immediately assured. Patriarch, I saw this with my own eyes. Chen also said that Sun Pingdong entered the gate of the Chen family and never came out. Presumably he is dead. Xu Zhang frowned even more when he heard this. But he still threw 200 spirit stones in the past, and the thin young man left with a smile on his face. Two golden core phases. Xu Zhang squinted his eyes, his mind was running fast. The Xu family and the Sun family have the same strength, and they also made enemies with the Chen family on the surface. If the Sun family didn't do something, their Xu family would probably start to attack the Chen family in these 2 days. Unexpectedly, the Sun family was so impatient, they stepped on the thunder for him. Sun Pingdong, you are such a good person. After rejoicing, Xu Zhang began to fall into deep thought again. The Chen family has two golden core phases. This kind of strength is not comparable to that of the Xu family. If they continue to fight against each other, it is estimated that the end will be similar to that of the Sun family. Surrender. Xu Zhang immediately shook his head in denial. How could other people sleep soundly in the place where the tiger lies? The two of them already had enmity, and the grievance was deep. Even if the Xu family wanted to surrender, the Chen family might not be able to accept it, and even more dare not accept it, for fear that the Xu family would stab a knife in the back. Thinking of this, Xu Zhang's expression turned ugly. Could it be possible to run away and leave Dream River City? No way. Xu Zhang once again denied that the family's foundation is here, and it would take too long to make a comeback in another place. Suddenly, Xu Zhang's eyes flashed, a plan spontaneously appeared in his mind, and he hastily shouted. Come on. Soon, a servant from the Xu family walked into the room and saluted Xu Zhang respectfully. Meet the owner, Xu Zhang said. Send someone to send a letter to the fourth young master of the Huang family, saying that today the father and daughter of the Sun family went to the Chen family, but they were killed by the Chen family, and the Sun family was also destroyed by him. There are 3 nascent soul stage forces in Meng City, namely the City Lord's Mansion, the Huang family and the Qi family. And this young master of the Huang family seems to have some dealings with Sun Zan. If he were to find out, he would definitely vent his anger on the Chen family. But these 4 young masters have no power in the family, and the Huang family may not destroy the Chen family for him. But no matter what, as long as it can put pressure on the Chen family and give the Shu family a little breathing time, that's enough. The servants of the Shu family quickly replied, yes. After he finished speaking, he was about to walk out the door. Xu Zhang seemed to have thought of something, and quickly stopped him. Wait a minute. Don't go directly to Huang's house. You take 2 of you to Zhexiang Tower, where 4th young master Huang likes to go most. Pass the news to him by chance. Pretend to prevent others from seeing that you are from the Shu family. He did this because he was worried that the Huang family would find out that it was the Shu family who were secretly instigating. At that time, it will not be the Chen family that will suffer, but the Shu family. It's best to be safe. Moreover, Huang Sixiao is not a fool, so if he blatantly provoked him, his Shu family would not be in good hands. After the Chen family destroyed the Sun family, they took over all the property of the Sun family. This is the foundation of a family, and the energy continuously brings spirit stones income. With the support of these industries, the family has the resources for cultivation. With the assistance of Chen Guang and Chen Wu, the Chen family took down the Sun family very easily. When the news was sent back to the Chen family, many people were shocked. Even if the old man was still alive, the Chen family would not be able to wipe out the forces that had been in charge during the Golden Core period, they were just protecting themselves. After hearing the news, Chen Yi immediately realized what Chen Yun was doing when he left the conference hall. Destroy the Sun family. With the destruction of the Sun family, the Chen family suddenly felt a sense of elation. The last time the Sun family came to the door to announce their divorce with great fanfare, it made the Chen family lose face. It's miserable now. Patriarch, I don't know why you asked the 3 of us to come here. In the depths of the Chen family's inner courtyard, stood 2 men and 1 woman, namely Chen Shang, Chen Jin and Chen Yi. All 3 of them looked puzzled. A smile appeared on Chen Daojun's face, and he said calmly, the 3 of you are among the top in terms of qualifications in my Chen family, and you will definitely be the pillars of my Chen family in the future. Faced with these words, the 3 of them did not speak, but quietly waited for the next sentence. Chen Daojun took out 3 booklets, and then said, this cultivation technique is called Ben Lei Ju, and it is a yellow rank advanced cultivation technique of the thunder attribute. You can take it for a while. Senior Huang rank. Chen Yi was startled, her small mouth opened slightly. Although the Chen family has worked hard in Dream River City for a long time, they only have 1 copy of the advanced cultivation technique of the yellow rank, and now Chen Daojun has got another one, and it is specially for the 3 of them to practice. The key is just to transition. Seeing Chen Yi's expression, Chen Daojun couldn't help shaking his head. I haven't seen it in the world, it's just a yellow rank advanced cultivation technique. Hearing this, Chen Yi couldn't help but pouted, showing a Tsunere expression. Although Chen Daojun is now the head of the family, they are all of the same generation, and sometimes it is easy to forget the difference in status. The reason why Chen Daojun gave them the cultivation technique is very simple. Chen Guang and Chen Wu are just summoning characters, not originally from the Chen family. So Chen Daojun still hopes that someone from the Chen family can really stand up. The 3 of them, Chen Shang, have been in contact with them since childhood. They have a good temperament and are also very loyal to the family. They are very suitable targets for training. Chen Shang leaned over and said, thank you Patriarch for bestowing the Dharma. Among the 3, Chen Shang, as the son of Chen Yun, was naturally influenced by his ears and eyes, and also valued rules the most. Chen Jin and Chen Yi also hurriedly imitated, thank you, Patriarch, for bestowing the Dharma. Chen Daojun took out 3 cosmos bags again, all containing 200,000 low-grade spirit stones, and said earnestly, I value you 3 very much, I hope you don't let me down. After receiving the Chenkin bag, Chen Yi, a little girl who had never seen the world, suddenly let out another exclamation. But it's normal. The Chen family used to live very poorly. In addition, there are a lot of people in the family, and the resources that everyone gets every month are relatively small. Suddenly the resources are so extravagant, and some are not used to it. Not long after the 3 of them left, the spirit power in Chen Daojun's body was shocked suddenly, his momentum climbed, and he successfully broke through from the 8th floor of the Foundation establishment to the 9th floor of the Foundation establishment. Is this the charm of hanging up? Love it. This feeling of lying down and upgrading is so fascinating. 4. 3%. Chapter 9 Nascent Soul Stage Guard. That night. The inner courtyard of the Chen family. Boom. There was a loud bang, and with the powerful spirit power, everyone in the Chen family woke up. Chen Yun even went straight to the inner courtyard with extremely serious eyes. The breath of the golden core period. Assassin. His face was extremely anxious. Chen Daojun is now the support of the Chen family. Without him, Chen Guang and the two strong men might not be willing to obey the orders of the Chen family. Damn it. Who is it? Many people also quickly ran towards the depths of the inner courtyard, all looking a little anxious. When Chen Yun entered the depths of the inner courtyard and saw the figure in the courtyard, Chen Yun froze on the spot. Chen Daojun. The aura of the golden core period emanates from him. How is it possible that he is actually the golden core period? This. Chen Shan, who was following this scene, was also dumbstruck when he saw this scene. His eyes were as wide as copper bells, and an egg could be stuffed into his mouth. Chen Dao is in the golden core period. At this age, it is the golden core period, and there is no one in the entire Dream River City, and even the Seven Star Valley may not have such a disciple. Seven Stars Valley is the closest sect to Dream River City, and its strength is extremely powerful. It is heard that there are even cultivators above the nascent soul stage. Chen Yun and Chen Yun looked at each other, and they could see the disbelief in the other's expression. Could it be that Chen Daojun's previous training talents were all pretending? Before his death, the old man always had time to canonize the new patriarch, but he never said anything. Could it be that he already knew about Chen Daojun's situation? There are countless doubts in the hearts of the two of them. Golden core period. The owner is actually a golden core period. At this moment, exclamations rang in the ears of the two, and other members of the Chen family also rushed to support. Their reactions were similar to Chen Shan's, and they all cried out in surprise. Patriarch, isn't he the second floor of Qi refining? Why is it in the golden core period? My God, such a young golden core period, I'm not dreaming, come and give me a slap. Snapped. You really beat me, ouch, it hurts so much. Among the crowd, Chen Zhang's eyes were extremely dignified. He is considered to be the best talent in the Chen family, but now he is only on the second floor of the foundation establishment, and he is still far away from the golden core stage. However, Chen Daojun is his peer, but now he is far beyond him. This. Chen Shang was hit immediately. Master. Chen Yi's exclamation sounded again. In the past 2 days, she felt that her worldview was about to collapse. Before she could digest the last news, the next thing that shocked her came again. Chen Daojun calmed down the spirit power in his body, looked at the courtyard full of people, and said angrily. What are you doing? Don't you need to practice? Chen Yun swallowed, and asked with some hesitation, Patriarch, are you cultivation base? All of a sudden, everyone's eyes turned to Chen Daojun. They were all very curious as to why this once useless patriarch had become a golden core stage in the blink of an eye. Chen Daojun looked calm. Golden core period, just broke through, as you can see. After being confirmed, the sound of gasping for air continued to sound, and the Chen family members were once again shocked. It turned out to be true. Heaven defying. Chen Yun took a deep breath, and his face was a little excited. Such a young golden core stage, such a person can be called a monster. With the leadership of Chen Daojun, the Chen family might reach an unprecedented height this time. Chen Daojun didn't explain too many things on cultivation base, and Chen Yun didn't continue to ask. Chen Daojun waved his hand. Don't look at it, let's all go back and practice hard. Hearing this sentence, Chen Shang left without saying a word, with only one thought in his mind. Practice. Chen Daojun's breakthrough the golden core period is too shocking. The same is true for the younger generation, who rushed back to start cultivating crazily. The cultivation resources distributed to them were originally intended to be used sparingly, but now they have no such idea at all. With Chen Daojun breaking through the golden core stage, the family's luck value immediately increased to 51. Simply heaven-defying. This ability to snowball is too strong. The next day, early morning. There was a faint mist between the sky and the earth, as if covered by a light veil, adding a bit of mysterious color, and Meng City gradually became lively. Ever since the Chen family took over the property of the Sun family, Chen Yun has been very busy. Chen Daojun simply asked Chen Guang to follow him at any time, and there was a golden core period returned to origin to assist him, and it was easier to deal with many things. Successful lottery. Get 1 nascent soul middle stage protector. Successful lottery. Get 5 million spirit stones. Successful lottery draw. Get 600 pieces of Guiyuan pill of the yellow rank intermediate medicine pill. Seeing this lottery draw, Chen Daojun also gasped. 3 days. In just 3 days, the Chen family had a nascent soul cultivator. In the past, the development of the Chen family was to ride a stroller, but now it is directly flying a plane. Too fast. Chen Daojun was worried that those members of the Chen family would not be able to keep up. Last night, his cultivation base also broke through from the first floor of the Golden Core to the third floor of the Golden Core. If this continues, he will be able to break through to the nascent soul stage in a few days at most. In addition to the nascent soul guards drawn out, there are also Guiyuan pills and low-rank spirit stones, which are also very much needed by the Chen family. Guiyuan Dan also happens to be a medicine pill for cultivation, which contains a lot of spirit power, which can help the cultivator to practice quickly. Call. Chen Daojun let out a low cry, and as soon as Zhonglang's figure appeared in front of him, his outline was clear, his eyes were sharp, and he had an extraordinary bearing just by looking at him. And in his body, there is also an incomparably huge aura. Chen Wenj pays homage to the patriarch. The man knelt down to Chen Daojun with an extremely respectful expression. Chen Daojun nodded, extremely satisfied. With a nascent soul period, their Chen family can walk sideways in Dream River City. Chen Daojun suddenly felt a little helpless. Development naturally requires a steady flow, but the system is too powerful, just like playing checkers. In a few days, it is estimated that the guard of the incarnation stage will be drawn out. Outrageous. He took a look at the luck value, which had changed from 51 to 120. Hiss. Chen Daojun sucked in a breath of air, so forceful that he couldn't help himself. Get up. Chen Wenj stood up slowly, and stood quietly by the side. Chen Daojun pushed open the door, and said to Chen Wu, "Look at the Chen family, I'm going out to deal with some things." Chen Wu immediately saluted respectfully. Yes, patriarch. Then Chen Daojun took Chen Wenj away from the Chen family. With a nascent soul by his side, the sense of security immediately exploded. Although the nascent soul stage is not considered strong in the entire wasteland, but in the area around Dream River City, it is a top-notch powerhouse. And after becoming the nascent soul stage, the lifespan is close to 3,000 years, which can ensure the stable development of the family for a long time. Generally, the influence of the nascent soul stage can really get on the stage. Walking on the street, looking at the heavy traffic, Chen Daojun took a deep breath. Since he came here through time travel, he has never been out of Chen's house. He came out this time not to play around, but to buy cultivation resources for the disciples of the Chen family. Spirit stones are time-consuming and labor-intensive to absorb, not as good as medicine pill. Although he already has Guiyuan pill, medicine pill can only be used to improve realm. The effect is similar to absorbing spirit stones, but the efficiency will be faster. 3% Chapter 10 Tengfei Chamber of Commerce. Ascension Chamber of Commerce. This is also a big force in Meng City, or the strongest force. The specific strength of the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce is unknown, but its branches are spread across dozens of cities and have great influence. They mainly focus on business operations and do not participate in the struggle between various forces. Chen Daojun walked into the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce, and was immediately greeted by a receptionist with a smiling face. Hi, sir, what do you need? Medicine pill, formation or talisman? Chen Daojun had never been to a place like the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce. At that time, he was like a little transparent in the Chen family. His uncle didn't love his grandma, so he didn't pay attention to him at all. Although the old man didn't scold his grandson, he didn't spoil him either, and his attitude was extremely flat. Therefore, the spirit stones he receives from his family every month cannot support him to spend in this kind of place. Chen Daojun glanced around the display cabinets around, and then asked, "Do you have any marrow washing pills here?" The receptionist immediately smiled and said, "Yes, of course, how much does the guest officer want?" Just halfway through the conversation, a figure walked beside him, and the reception staff immediately reacted and saluted him. "I have seen Guanxi Zhou." Zhou Qi looked at Chen Wenj solemnly. From the opponent's body, he felt the breath of the nascent soul period. And it's still an unfamiliar nascent soul stage cultivator, who doesn't seem to be from Dream River City. Zhou Qi said to the reception staff, "You step back." Yes. The reception staff took a look at Chen Daojun, and then immediately stepped aside, so that the steward could receive him personally. It seems that these two people have a lot of background. Zhou Qi smiled at Chen Wenj's cupped hands. "Fellow Taoist, but what do you need?" Hearing Zhou Qi's address, the receptionist at the side was startled. You must know that Zhou Guanxi is a cultivator in the nascent soul stage, and if he can be called a fellow Taoist, he is at least a strong nascent soul stage. Chen Wenj returned the gift with cupped hands, and then said flatly, if you have anything to discuss with my patriarch, I'm just a servant. Hearing this sentence, Zhou Qi was stunned, with disbelief in his eyes. Nascent soul is just a servant, so how strong is this family? Zhou Qi shifted his gaze to Chen Daojun. He thought that the other party was just a junior brought by the nascent soul, but unexpectedly he was the head of the family. But he was also extremely curious. The person in front of him was also a cultivation base of the golden core stage. How did he manage to make a nascent soul stage so cute? Could it be that the cultivation base is hidden? Zhou Qi had a lot of thoughts in his mind, but he said with a smile on his face, I'm sorry, how dare I ask this person's name? Chen Daojun said with a faint smile, Chen Daojun. Zhou Qi pondered for a while, but he didn't have any memory of the name, but he still asked with a smile. Chen, fellow Taoist, although the grade of this marrow washing pill is only a yellow rank intermediate, you should also know that its ingredients are relatively rare, and it is also very beneficial to practitioners after taking it, so the price is higher than the normal yellow rank mid-rank medicine pill. I'll give you a discounted price, a 30,000 low-grade spirit stones. 30,000 low-grade spirit stones, which is not expensive. Zisui Dan can improve the foundation of users to a certain extent, and taking it multiple times for a long time can improve their physique and enhance their aptitude, but few forces can afford it. A 30,000 low-grade spirit stones is fine for 1 or 2 people, but if it is 10 or 20, the difficulty is a bit too great. Moreover, the improvement of the marrow washing pill is also limited, so even if it is a big force, it is only used by those core disciples. Chen Daojun said, give me 150 first. After finishing speaking, Chen Daojun directly threw out several universe bags, which contained a total of 4.5 million low-grade spirit stones. Just send the things to the Chen family on Tiancheng Street. Tiancheng Street. The Chen family. Zhou Qi frowned again, feeling very strange to this Chen family. As a nascent soul period, the forces he comes into contact with in Dream River City on weekdays are all the top ones, and he has almost no impression of them. And this Chen family. Could it be just here? Okay, Chen, fellow Taoist, walk slowly. I will personally deliver the medicine pill to your door in half an hour at most. Chen Daojun nodded, then turned and left. Zhou Qi immediately asked someone to inquire about the origin of the Chen family. In Dream River City, and there is nascent soul in charge, I have never heard of such a force. If the other party did not enter Dream River City recently, then I would simply be too remiss. Chen Daojun just returned to Chen's house, and Chen Yun also just came back. At this moment, Chen Yun's face was filled with a smile, he looked extremely happy, and his steps were light. Patriarch, patriarch, great joy. Chen Yun shouted from a distance. When he came to the front, he saw the strange man behind Chen Daojun. He was slightly startled, it was another strange face. However, he didn't care too much, but said in a happy tone. Patriarch, we have gained a lot from destroying the Sun family. They have nearly 7 million low-grade spirit stones in their storage alone, and heavenly and mortal treasures worth nearly 4 million low-grade spirit stones. And after taking over the Sun family's property, our annual revenue is expected to reach 1.5 million spirit stones per year. The Sun family has a deep foundation in Meng City. In comparison, the Chen family is more like a rising force. It is just a family that has only risen in the past few decades. It has no family background at all. The spirit stones it earns are basically use a little bit. The Chen family's warehouse does not store more than 2 million spirit stones. But this Sun family has close to 11 million low-grade spirit stones, which can just make up for the fundamental deficiency of the Chen family. With such a huge harvest, coupled with Chen Daojun, a young cultivator of the golden core, the future of the Chen family is limitless. Thinking of this, Chen Yun couldn't restrain the joy on his face. Chen Daojun looked indifferent, just nodded with a smile. Facing Chen Daojun, who was so understated, Chen Yun was stunned for a moment, the smile froze on his face, and a trace of bewilderment flashed in his eyes. Is your expression normal? This time the Sun family was destroyed, shouldn't they cheer for such a big harvest? Even if you don't cheer, at least you show a little joy, right? Chen Yun asked curiously. Patriarch, isn't this something to be happy about? Chen Daojun gave him a deep look, as if to say, is this worth being happy? Isn't that 11 million inferior spirits? Maybe there will be so many in the draw tomorrow. But he still showed a stiff smile, expressing that he was very happy. Chen Yun, can you smile a little more fake? While several people were walking towards the Chen family's meeting hall, Chen Yun was also constantly reporting to Chen Daojun the big and small things of the Chen family. Chen Daojun was not good at these things, so he sounded a little absent-minded, but he found that the luck value of the family had increased from 120 to 125. It should also be because the batch of spirit stones harvested after the Sun family was wiped out gave a luck bonus. Because this can be regarded as enhancing the strength of the family in disguise. Pretty versatile. 3%. Chapter 11 Future Development. Chen Daojun said. 3 elders, don't waste the spirit stones in the clan in the future, spend what you need, strength is the most important thing, if you can't convert resources into strength, then it is meaningless. Chen Yun naturally understood this truth. Except for the family rules, he was not rigid in other places. Now that the Chen family has also become rich, they should also give more resources to their children, so that they can develop steadily in the future. Now there are 3 major golden core stages in the family. As long as they don't offend the 3 nascent soul stage forces in Dream River City, they can basically sit back and relax. Chen Yun asked curiously, Patriarch, how does our Chen family plan for the future? Planning. Chen Daojun frowned. His plan was very simple, which was to improve the strength of the Chen family, but it was obvious that Chen Yun was not asking about this. The specific direction of development is very simple, either to be a hermit family, to develop in a low-key manner, to be a 6th child. Chen Daojun pondered for a moment, am I the character of the 6th child? Obviously not. That being the case, it can only be a hegemony family, which will make everyone frightened and talk about it. Chen Daojun said flatly, let's unify Dream River City first. Hearing this sentence, Chen Yun was shocked, and his eyes showed disbelief. Unifying Dream River City requires at least the nascent soul period to do so. No, maybe a divine transformation period. The way Chen Yun looked at Chen Daojun suddenly changed drastically. He never thought that Chen Daojun would have such great ambitions. Such an idea was something the Chen family never dared to imagine in the past. For the previous Chen family, it was already very good to be safe and secure. Chen Yun took a deep breath, and said very seriously, no matter what you choose, the Chen family is your knife, wherever you swing it, we will cut it. Hearing this sentence, Chen Daojun was also very relieved. Such a family was exactly what he wanted, and everyone was united. It's no wonder that after Chen Qin was kicked out of the house, the luck value of the family increased instead of decreasing. It seems that this group of people staying in the Chen family is indeed a cancer. Chen Daojun smiled lightly. Don't worry, 3 elders. I, the knife holder, will not let you down, nor will I let everyone in the Chen family down. If he could not lead the Chen family to rise, then the entire Chen family would not be able to find another person. Chen Yun naturally believes that Chen Daojun can break through the golden core stage at such an age, and can also control the other 2 golden core stages. Few people can achieve such an ability. Chen Daojun thought for a while, and then said, 3rd elder, first deal with the Chen family's affairs in the past few days, and then you will take people to destroy the Shu family, and then put pressure on other golden core forces in Dream River City, submit to my Chen family, otherwise, destroy the family and let them choose for themselves. When Chen Yun heard the words, he immediately stood up with a murderous look, and said respectfully, yes. Chen Daojun's plan is very simple, to recruit all the forces of the golden core period, followed by the nascent soul period, and then take down the entire Dream River City. There are still quite a few golden core forces in Dream River City, at least close to 40. If all of them could be made to surrender to the Chen family, the annual offering fee would be quite a fortune. In this case, the Chen family doesn't need to waste time and effort in running those industries, just sit back and enjoy the success. After taking down the city lord's mansion, the Chen family will be the ruler of Meng City, and they can set some rules in the future, such as taxes and the like. Those who do business must hand in a certain amount of profit. In the current Dream River City, although the city lord's mansion is the most powerful, he dare not do this at all, for fear of causing public anger, and everyone will directly turn the table. But when the Chen family unified Meng City, they would naturally have the confidence to dare to do so, but the collection of taxes should not be too tough, nor too much, and a good excuse must be found. For example, to maintain the city, or build roads, and increase fortifications, it is necessary to use the title of taking it from the people for the people. If there is a chance, you can also give some benefits to the people of Dream River City, such as defensive formation, spirit gathering formation and so on. But this is also something to do later, and it can't be done for the time being. Although he wants the Chen family to be a dominant force, it is not a tyrant. Master. Suddenly, an urgent cry interrupted his thoughts, and the guards of the Chen family ran in quickly, saying with a panicked expression, Patriarch, there is a person at the door, saying that he is the steward of the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce. Chen Yun stood up immediately. His eyes were a little dignified. Steward. The strength of the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce is strong, almost not inferior to the strength of the three nascent soul phases of Dream River City, and as the Chamber of Commerce, they are all nascent soul phase strengths. It's probably not a good thing for such a person to come to the door in person. Could it be that the Chen family has offended the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce? This is also impossible. Apart from occasionally going to the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce to buy resources, the Chen family has no other social relations. Chen Yun asked in a serious tone, Are you sure it's the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce? The guard quickly said, Third elder, that person has the logo of the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce on his chest. I read it very carefully, and I will never make a mistake. Hiss. Chen Yun gasped, feeling extremely worried. Chen Daojun said at this moment, Unexpectedly, the efficiency is quite high, let him come in. The guard was taken aback, but seeing Chen Daojun's calm face, he immediately saluted and said, Yes, Patriarch. Recently, there are rumors about Chen Daojun in the family, breaking through the Golden Core period, and destroying the Sun family. No one in the Chen family dared to ignore this former practice waste material. Chen Yun turned his head to look. The Patriarch knows this steward. Chen Daojun raised his teacup and took a sip, looking old-fashioned. It's not acquaintance, it's just a little business relationship. Hearing this sentence, Chen Yun finally breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, it was only a business relationship, and he thought that others were coming to seek revenge. Soon, Zhou Qi's figure came into view. Patriarch Chen, I didn't expect you to be here. It's really too low-key. Zhou Kikai walked to the door and said with a smile on his face. He has seen this Chen family before. After all, he has also taken over the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce in Dream River City for many years, and has been to various places in Dream River City. But he always thought it was just an ordinary small family, so he didn't pay much attention to it. Unexpectedly, this Chen family has a nascent soul cultivator. It's simply too low-key. When Chen Yun saw Zhou Qi himself, his heart was shocked. But after seeing him being so polite to Chen Daojun, he became extremely puzzled. What's going on? Zhou Qi handed over a Chenkin bag directly, and said with a smile at the same time, Patriarch Chen, there are a total of 155 marrow washing pills inside, and the extra 5 medicine pills are gifts from my Tengfei Chamber of Commerce. Every force in the nascent soul stage is their potential big customer, and the most important thing is to establish a good relationship in advance. Although the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce is the leading chamber of commerce in Dream River City, there are still some small chambers of commerce. He doesn't want Chen Daojun, a nascent soul power, to go to these small chambers of commerce to buy items. Chen Daojun smiled. Then I would like to thank Guanxi Zhou. 4%. Chapter 12 Marrow Washing Pill. Hearing the conversation between the two, Chen Yun was completely dizzy. Marrow washing pill. 150 pieces. You must know that every marrow washing pill on the market is more than 30,000 low-grade spirit stones, and this 150 is at least close to 5 million low-grade spirit stones. But he was also very puzzled. Buying 5 million low-grade spirit stones at one time, although it is rare in the entire Dream River City, there is no need for Zhou Qi, a nascent soul manager, to come to the door in person. After Zhou Qi delivered the goods, he didn't leave immediately, but chatted for a while at Chen's house. This is also the main reason why he came here, to build a good relationship with Chen Daojun. Before leaving, Zhou Qi said with a smile, Patriarch Chen, if you want to buy something in the future, just come to my Tengfei Chamber of Commerce, and I will definitely give it to you at the most favorable price. Chen Daojun nodded and smiled, definitely. Then Zhou will leave first. Zhou Qi smiled. Chen Yun hurriedly got up. Boss Zhou, I'll see you off. Soon after Chen Yun sent Zhou Qi away, he turned back again. It's just that his eyes are full of doubts. Patriarch, what's going on? Chen Daojun didn't explain too much. When it was time for them to know, they would naturally know. He threw the Chenkin bag on the table and said, These marrow washing pills are allocated to the disciples of the Chen family. They will take one in the morning and one in the evening, and stop until there is no effect after taking them. Come to me anytime after you don't have enough to eat, and I'll make arrangements. Chen Yun's eyes widened after hearing this, and he ate 2 a day. What family conditions? The Chen family also bought Zisui pill before, but they always took 1 pill a month, or half a month, but later they couldn't afford the high consumption, so they stopped. And every time, a few people with better qualifications are selected to take it. It's good now, everyone has to eat 2 pieces a day. It's too embarrassing. To be honest, Chen Yunmeng didn't even dare to think like that, it was too crazy. And judging by Chen Daojun's appearance, he seems quite confident. Judging from the 2 days of contact, this young patriarch does not seem to be a reckless person, and he must have his reasons for making such a decision. 150 pills of washing marrow, not to mention those in the outer courtyard. There are a total of 23 direct descendants of the Chen family, and each person takes 2 pills a day, and they can only last for 4 days at most. Chen Yun was a little worried. Patriarch, is this a bit too extravagant? Chen Daojun looked sideways at him, and said confidently, just do as I say, the pill of washing marrow, that's enough. He naturally knew that this pill of washing marrow would not last long, but if the Chen family could be strengthened, the things he got by lottery would only be better. Last day, his luck value was 51 inches, and the lottery was 5 million low-grade spirit stones, not to mention the luck value of 125 inches now. A lottery of 10 million spirit stones is not too much, is it? In addition, after taking the Zisui pill, the disciples of the Chen family will naturally increase their strength, and will also increase their luck value in a disguised way. Chen Daojun always feels that his training system is the enhancement version. No, this system seems to be the enhancement version. Seeing what he said, Chen Yun stopped persuading him, but turned around and left after saluting, and began to prepare for distributing resources to the direct descendants of the Chen family. Evening. All the disciples of the Chen family held 6 pills of marrow washing each, with dull expressions on their faces. It's just that the 6 medicine pills are actually not particularly precious, but it's a little unbelievable if they are owned by the direct line. More than 4 million low-rank spirit stones. Oh my god. Chen Shan was holding 6 medicine pills, his hands were shaking. He has been busy outside all day today, sorting out the properties collected by the Sun family. As soon as he returned to the family, he put 6 marrow washing pills in his hand, which made him feel a little at a loss. Chen Shan hesitated for a moment, then sighed and said, "Third brother, I am of average aptitude, so I should leave the medicine pill to the children." After that, he stuffed the medicine pill back. The same is true for several other peers around him. For them, even if they took the Zisui pill, the effect would be the same, and they had already passed the optimal age for cultivation. It's better to leave it to the younger generation with a higher upper limit. I don't need it anymore. This medicine pill is not cheap. It costs such a big price. There is no need to waste it on me. I don't want it anymore, third brother. Let's take it to the children. Chen Yun frowned, and his face was a bit ugly. I put them away. The medicine pill was ordered by the head of the family to give you 2 medicine pills a day, and everyone must take it. The owner said, it's enough. Hearing this sentence, Chen Shan was stunned, it was so domineering. Enough. Seeing Chen Yun's serious face, Chen Shan had no choice but to give up. Chen Yun turned his head to look at the younger generation, and said in a serious tone, you are the pillars of the family in the future, including Chen Shang, Chen Jin and Chen Yi. You 3 have the best qualifications, don't let the patriarch's expectations of you down, and so are others, don't let these resources go to waste. Yes, a group of people roared suddenly, and their words were full of excitement. Looking at a group of energetic young people, Chen Shan and the older generation also suddenly felt the blood start to flow in their bodies. Since Chen Daojun took over the Chen family, the atmosphere of the Chen family seems to be changing in a subtle way. Chen Yun nodded eagerly. His whole heart was in the Chen family, and he was extremely happy to see the family flourishing. The next day, early morning. It rained yesterday, and the sky and the earth were filled with mist, and the bricks and tiles of the Chen family were also damp. Chen Daojun opened his eyes. As of now, his cultivation base has broken through to the 6th floor of Golden Core. 100-fold return, so terrifying. At the same time, the strength of the entire Chen family is also improving rapidly. Opening the system panel again, the luck value of the Chen family has increased from 125 to 143. The lottery is successful. Get 14 million spirit stones. Success in the lottery. Obtained the low-level cultivation technique of mysterious rank. Successful lottery. Obtained a mysterious rank low-level spirit gathering formation. Seeing the reward, Chen Daojun looked disappointed. It was a pity that he didn't get the summoned character. However, there are low-level cultivation techniques of mysterious rank and spirit gathering formation, which is not bad. He first watched the tyrant body art. This cultivation technique is the body refining cultivation technique, extremely fierce, even among the low-level mysterious rank, it can be regarded as the top cultivation technique. Good. Immediately afterwards, Chen Daojun took out a formation disc and threw it directly into the air. After a few breaths, he felt that the concentration of spirit power in the air was changing. It's just that the time is too short, and the increase of spirit power is still negligible. Chen Daojun had a happy face. It's fine, everything is going in a good direction. Now we only need to wait for a while, so that the strength of the members of the Chen family can be improved. As for the Naha physical art, he was going to give it to Chen Yun directly, and let him judge who should practice it. In addition to the direct line, the Chen family also has some collateral lines, but their treatment is obviously much worse. Unlike the direct line, they can enjoy resources directly and unconditionally. Instead, you need to pay a certain price, or do things for the family, in order to obtain resources in the form of remuneration. The ones left by the direct line are all tested family members. There is nothing wrong with cultivating them, but the collateral line may not be reliable. 4%. Chapter 13 The Huang Family. The Huang Family. Third sister, just help me. A young man in a fine attire is constantly begging the delicate girl in front of him. With a look of helplessness on Huang Qingqing's face, she said angrily, You know how to cause trouble all day long. The Huang family is very powerful, but you can't run amok. There are many relationships in Meng City that need to be dealt with. You can't be besieged on all sides, right? Huang Ping immediately said. Third sister, the Chen family is just a small faction. I have investigated it clearly. There is only one golden core return to origin and one golden core middle stage. They are not my Huang family's opponent at all. Huang Qingqing couldn't help rolling her eyes, and said in an extremely disdainful tone, It's really easy to destroy a Chen family, but you have a lot of things to do all day long. You have a Li family tomorrow, and another family the day after tomorrow. Why don't you consider your own influence in the family? Your own aptitude is not good, and you don't work hard to cultivate. You really have to wait until the day when your father kicks you out of the family before you are willing. For this little brother, Huang Qingqing was quite helpless, knowing to cause trouble all day long. The point is that he can't settle it himself, and the family often comes forward. There are too many things going on in the future, and the family doesn't bother to take care of them. Huang Ping keeps coming to her, and Huang Qingqing is very troubled. Huang Ping was full of grievances, and said in a low voice, It's not that I have to target the Chen family. They destroyed the Sun family and even killed Sun Zan. Everyone in Dream River City knows that Sun Zan is the woman I like. Huang Qingqing looked at him sideways, and snorted coldly, So, you are just for a woman. If it is an ordinary golden core force, she can also help out. But this Chen family has golden core return to origin. Unless this kind of cultivator is a deadly enemy, there is no need to offend it. And even if you want to make trouble, you have to go for the goal of killing the golden core stage, otherwise you will run away with endless troubles, and you may break through the nascent soul stage someday. Huang Qingqing sighed. This little brother is really the best of the trash. Dude, and incompetent. Miss San, the patriarch invites you to go. There was a voice outside the door. Huang Qingqing nodded. I see. After finishing speaking, she ignored Huang Ping, turned around and walked towards the depths of the inner courtyard. Soon they arrived at an exquisite and luxurious courtyard, and there was a middle-aged man with a majestic face sitting inside. After Huang Qingqing walked in, she said respectfully, I've seen Daddy. Huang Qingwen raised his head, nodded first and said, That's right, the foundation establishment is on the 5th floor. Huang Qingqing's expression was as usual. Thank you, Dad, for the compliment. Huang Qingwen didn't talk too much nonsense, but went straight to the point. Tomorrow, you will go to the Chen family on behalf of the Huang family, and try to see if you can win them over. If not, then the Chen family will be wiped out. Hearing the familiar name of the Chen family, Huang Qingqing was slightly taken aback. The Chen family, which one has 2 golden core phases? Huang Qingwen nodded, with some doubts in his eyes. Yes, how did you know? Huang Qingqing quickly said, Father, the 4th younger brother came to me just now and said that the Chen family killed a woman he liked, named Sun Zan, who came from the Sun family, and this Sun family was destroyed by the Chen family before, so it is time come to me for help to take revenge on this Chen family. Hearing this, Huang Qingwen's eyes flashed with brilliance. The courtyard suddenly fell silent, and Huang Qingqing didn't dare to disturb her. After a while, Huang Qingwen said with narrowed eyes, "In that case, then I will help you, that stupid little brother, find trouble with the Chen family. I will let the 3 golden core return to origin follow along, and I don't need to win over them. I will directly destroy the Chen family. But, Chen Daojun must be kept alive. Chen Yun and Chen Shan will stay alive if they can, and kill them together if they can't." Hearing the unfamiliar names, Huang Qingqing was a little confused. Huang Qingwen didn't care about Huang Ping's affairs at all, let alone help him get rid of a family, but now he is uncharacteristically. Huang Qingqing woke up suddenly. "Father, does this Chen family have something good?" It is impossible to help Huang Ping, so the only possible reason is from the Chen family. Moreover, Huang Qingqing knew her father very well, and thought it through carefully. She would never destroy a power for no reason. Huang Qingwen showed an appreciative expression, and said in a calm tone, "You guessed right, anyway, just bring Chen Daojun back to the Huang family alive." Huang Qingqing didn't ask any further questions, she bowed and said, "My daughter takes orders." Turning around, he left the courtyard, and there were already 3 golden core phases returned to origin standing at the door. Only one of them was a member of the Huang family, and the other 2 were guests of the Huang family. "I met Miss San." All 3 saluted Huang Qingqing, and Huang Qingqing also responded politely with cupped hands. Huang Qingwen in the courtyard saw this scene with a look of admiration in his eyes. He knows how to be a corporal, and he is worthy of being a member of my Huang family. Then he thought of Huang Ping, a dude, and the smile on his face suddenly subsided. Many times, he almost couldn't help but slap this rebellious son to death. Because of him, the Huang family has made countless jokes. Huang Qingwen's expression gradually calmed down, and a sarcastic smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Chen Qin, you have such an enmity with the Chen family that you even betrayed your fellow clansmen." Chen Qin came to him before, saying that their Chen family might have a treasure, and the owner Chen Daojun broke through from the qi refining stage to the golden core stage in just a few days. He didn't believe it at first, but after a little investigation, he found that the Chen family had indeed changed a lot. The Chen family didn't seem to have any intention of hiding the matter of Chen Daojun cultivation base. There were even quite a few Chen family members who proudly proclaimed that their patriarch was a genius. It can make people break through from the qi refining stage to the golden core stage in a short period of time. Such a baby is enough to make him tempted, and maybe it can also be useful for his nascent soul stage. "Come on." A servant of the Huang family walked in immediately. Huang Qingwen's expression was cold, and he said sarcastically, "Go and tell Huang Ming to kill all the members of the Chen family, and don't leave anyone alive." Chen Qin's gang knew about the Chen family's affairs, so of course he couldn't spare his life to prevent this treasure from leaking out, which would only increase the number of accidents. If the Qi family or the city lord's mansion find out, there will inevitably be more troubles. Only dead people can keep secrets. The servants of the Huang family responded respectfully, "Obey." Huang Qingwen waved his hand, and he turned around and left the yard. The courtyard was empty again. Huang Qingwen sat on the stone bench and poured a cup of tea for himself, with a relaxed expression, like a wise man planning a strategy, winning a decisive victory thousands of miles away. Huang Qingqing returned to her own room, saw that Huang Ping was still waiting there, and said directly, "Let's go, follow me to the Chen family." Huang Ping was overjoyed immediately. "Sister San, are you willing to help me?" Huang Qingqing gave him a blank look, and immediately turned around. "Don't talk nonsense." Huang Ping followed with a smile on his face, but as soon as he walked out of the room, he found 3 people standing beside him. Uncle Huang He, Ketching Wu. Huang Ping was almost moved to tears. He didn't expect Huang Qingqing to bring the 3 major golden core phase return to origin in the family to find trouble because of his affairs. This formation is completely aimed at destroying the Chen family. Third sister, you are the best. 4%. Chapter 14 The Panicked Chen Yun. The Huang family. Are you sure? Chen Yun stood up, with a bit of confusion in his expression. The person who passed the report was a member of the direct line, named Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan said anxiously, "It's absolutely true, and 5 of them came, including that dandy Huang Ping, who looked menacing. It's not a good person. 3 elders, go and have a look." Chen Yun hurriedly ran towards the outer courtyard, and at the same time said, "Hurry up and inform the patriarch, and then tell Chen Shan to take some people out of the Chen family through the back door." Good. After Chen Yuan finished speaking, he ran directly towards the depths of the inner courtyard. In the depths of the inner courtyard of the Chen family, Chen Dao sat cross-legged on the ground, his face full of pain. He was practicing the tyrant body art. Although the 100-fold return can increase his cultivation base, but this cultivation base seems to be a pure cultivation base, so the combat effectiveness against realm is very weak. Chen Daojun thought that he had nothing to do anyway. The Chen family also had Chen Yun and Chen Shan to help him, and he didn't need to manage many things himself, so he started to practice cultivation technique at home. Chen Wenji's voice sounded outside the door. Patriarch, it seems that someone has come to the Chen family to make trouble. The divine sense of the nascent soul period is very powerful, and he knows the situation of the entire Chen family at any time. As soon as the members of Huang's family entered Chen's house, he noticed that they were not friendly, so he notified Chen Daojun. Chen Daojun frowned when he heard this sentence. Since he took over as the head of the family, the Chen family has acted in a very high-profile manner. Now who in Dream River City does not know that their Chen family has a golden core period return to origin and a golden core middle stage? Still dare to come to trouble. 3 major nascent soul forces. What cultivation base? Chen Wenj responded respectfully. 3 golden core return to origin, 1 chi refining period, and 1 foundation establishment period. Patriarch, but do you need me to take action? There was some eagerness in his tone. A cold light flashed in Chen Daojun's eyes. Such strength was almost enough to destroy his Chen family. From the looks of it, it could only come from the 3 nascent soul period forces. It's just that Chen Daojun didn't know how the Chen family offended them. Could it be that because the Chen family destroyed the Sun family, they felt that the Chen family's progress was too fast, threatening their status? It shouldn't be. If this is the case, they shouldn't come to the door with such a big fanfare, but come secretly to destroy their Chen family. Of course, with strong strength, you can do whatever you want, as long as you achieve your goal anyway. But Chen Daojun couldn't figure it out. After all, Mang City wasn't the only faction with the Chen family that had the Golden Core period return to origin, and several other forces also had the Golden Core period return to origin. Shaking his head and putting aside these thoughts, he ordered, kill them all, remember to ask what power they come from. Speaking of this, Chen Daojun's eyes flashed with murderous intent. Since he wanted to seek death, he brought it to his door, so don't blame me for taking you. To unify Mang City, standing up is inevitable. And destroying a nascent soul stage force will have the best effect of establishing power. Chen Daojun closed his eyes again and continued to practice tyrant body art. For him, practicing cultivation technique is much more important than dealing with these trivial matters. Moreover, the Chen family still has people like Chen Wenj and Chen Guang. Isn't calling them here to help Chen Daojun deal with these things. As soon as Chen Wenj walked out of the yard, Chen Yuan ran in anxiously. Patriarch, it's not good. People from the Huang family are here to make trouble. The Huang family. Chen Wenj heard this sentence from the side, and smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. Isn't this easy? He just started killing, and there is no need to ask what force it came from. Chen Daojun's faint voice sounded. No problem, I already know, let's go down. Chen Yuan was taken aback when he heard this sentence. My patriarch, that is the Huang family, the 3 nascent soul strengths of Dream River City. If such a family seeks trouble, if you are not careful, you will be wiped out. Chen Yuan said again, with an extremely serious tone, Patriarch, but that is the Huang family. Chen Daojun's voice sounded again, and he said impatiently, it's just the Huang family, what are you worried about? I've already made arrangements, you just do your own thing. Hearing this sentence, Chen Yuan didn't dare to say anything more. And from Chen Daojun's tone, he also heard confidence and disdain, as if he wasn't worried about the Huang family at all. It seems that it should not be a big deal, right? Then, I'll take my leave and disturb the patriarch. Chen Yuan turned and left awkwardly, but he kept thinking about a question. That's the Huang family, is it really okay to just leave it like this? Inside the room, Chen Daojun was a little speechless. What annoyed him the most was that he was always interrupted when he was concentrating on something. Then he calmed down again and continued to practice tyrant body art. The Chen family's outer courtyard. Who killed Sun Zan? Get out. Who allowed you to destroy the Sun family? Huang Ping said arrogantly. As for Chen Yun standing in front of him, his forehead kept dripping with sweat. He probably knew why the Huang family came to make trouble. It was because of Sun Zan from the Sun family. She seemed to have some relationship with Huang Ping. Huang Ping, young master, I really didn't know that Sun Zan was related to your Huang family. Huang Qingqing sneered and said, you are called Chen Yun, right? This Sun family is the marriage partner of our Huang family. You not only killed Sun Zan, but also destroyed the entire Sun family. This matter is not so easy to forget. As soon as the words fell, Huang He suddenly burst into a powerful momentum behind him, and the cultivation base of return to origin in the Golden Core period was immediately revealed, as did the other two beside him. Chen Yun's face changed, and fear flashed in his eyes. 3 Golden Cores returned to origin. It seems that the Sun family and the Huang family are really related, otherwise they wouldn't have brought 3 Golden Core returned to origin to cause trouble. But why has I never heard of the marriage between the Sun family and the Huang family, and why is this kind of thing not publicized but kept hidden? Sun Pingdong, you are such a beast. Being able to marry the Huang family, this kind of thing is known to everyone in the city, but his Sun family can really hold back. However, Chen Yun also noticed that there seemed to be some relaxation in the other party's tone, so he bit the bullet and asked. Miss Huang, we never knew about this matter. We don't know how the Huang family can let my Chen family go. The Chen family will not hesitate to pay any price. The Chen family finally had hope of rising. He didn't want to ruin the whole family just because of a momentary carelessness. If it didn't work, he would hand over all the items he got from the Sun family, as well as the resources in the Chen family's warehouse, and if it didn't work, he would give all the properties of the Chen family to the Huang family. As long as the Chen family has Chen Daojun and the other 2 Golden Core periods, it will not be difficult to make a comeback. Chen Yun had already prepared for the worst, and he was crazily scolding Sun Pingdong in his heart. Too disgusting. The price, does your Chen family have any treasures that my Huang family can value? There was a sneer in Huang Qingqing's eyes. Since she came to the Chen family because there are treasures here, let's try to set it up first, without bloodshed, and then destroy the Chen family. If the Chen family is stubborn, it will not be too late to force a confession. This is her strategy. After hearing this, Chen Yun's expression changed immediately, and he said hastily, Miss Huang, I can give you everything in my Chen family, including those properties. If all the properties are sold, they will be worth at least 15 million stones. Just ask the Huang family to let us go. He could hear the murderous intent in Huang Qingqing's tone, so he didn't save any family background at all, and directly confessed the whole thing. 5%. Chapter 15 The Chen family's nascent soul period. 15 million low-rank spirit stones. Huang Qingqing's eyes flashed brightly, but this probably wasn't what father wanted. The Chen family must have other things. Although there are quite a few spirit stones, they are not enough to attract the Huang family. Chen Yun, do you think these 15 million spirit stones will be able to send us away? Or, do you think our Huang family lacks the spirit stones? Hearing Huang Qingqing's cold words, Chen Yun's heart felt cold. Can't this matter be settled at such a high price? He turned his head and glanced at the depths of the inner courtyard. Now he hoped that Chen Daojun would not come over and leave the Chen family as soon as possible. With the genius of Chen Daojun, the Chen family still has hope. Huang Qingqing kept staring at Chen Yun, and his behavior of looking at the inner courtyard was naturally noticed. Huang Qingqing sneered. It's impossible to use this spirit stones to get through this matter. The Chen family can choose to offer something valuable, but we can consider it. Otherwise, today I will make the Chen family disappear from Meng City. Huang Ping on the side immediately jumped out, kicked Chen Yun directly, and insulted. Dog, daddy's woman dares to kill, what do you think you are? Being kicked by a chi refining, Chen Yun was naturally fine, but anger was already rising in his heart, wishing he could kill this little beast on the spot. He also came out to work hard with the old man of the Chen family, and killed many people along the way. How could he be so humiliated? However, there were 3 Golden Core returned to origin beside Huang Ping. Coupled with the safety of the Chen family, Chen Yun forcibly suppressed his anger. Chen Yun said with a humble face, Huang Ping, young master, I really didn't know that the Sun family had anything to do with you. In this way, if you have any requests from the Huang family, feel free to ask. As long as the Chen family can do it, we will do our best. Whatever you want from the Chen family, we will give it to you. Huang Ping's eyes were full of mockery, and he said gloomily, Here we are, aren't you a little too naive? If you destroy your Chen family, don't your things also belong to my Huang family? Besides, Huang Ping kicked Chen Yun again, and kept cursing, Did you kill Sun Zan? Who else did it? Don't even try to run away today, they all have to die. Chen Yun's eyelids twitched crazily, killing intent permeated the air. Seeing this, Huang Qingqing spoke again, this time in a slightly calmer tone. Come here this time because of my father's order. You should be aware of the seriousness of the matter. I will give you one last chance. You should think about it for yourself. After finishing speaking, she looked straight at Chen Yun. Hearing these words, Chen Yun's killing intent towards Huang Ping dissipated again. The Chen family was actually hated by a nascent soul period. Is the Sun family so important to the Huang family? He was so anxious that Patriarch Huang could give orders in person, his hands were trembling constantly, and his eyes were even bloodshot. The Chen family, what should we do? Seeing that everything was getting better, it turned out that this kind of thing happened. God is going to kill my Chen family. With despair in Chen Yun's expression, his legs gave way. For the sake of the entire Chen family, he was willing to kneel down and pray for the Huang family. But with his legs kneeling in midair, he still couldn't fall down. Chen Yun turned his head and glanced at the hand on his shoulder, doubts flashed in his eyes. Then he turned his head and saw that the person next to Chen Daojun was holding him up, making him suspended in midair. He was relieved not to see Chen Daojun. It's best not to come. The Chen family still has hope. Chen Wenj smiled lightly. Third elder, you rest and leave the rest to me. Chen Yun was a little puzzled, not knowing what Chen Wenj wanted to do. Hey, another dog, did you kill Sun Zan that day? Huang Ping cursed angrily, and was ready to kick Chen Wenj. Puff, crack, accompanied by several strange noises, Huang Ping's legs spun several times in midair, almost falling completely. Huang Ping was stunned for a second, and then let out a heart-piercing scream. Ah, Chen Wenj said indifferently. Third elder, this person is entrusted to you. Huang Qingqing's pupils shrank sharply, and the three golden core stage returned to origin behind her suddenly burst into terror, and the three of them showed their supernatural power and rushed towards Chen Wenj. Looking for death. How dare you hurt my young master of the Huang family? With a wave of Chen Wenj's hand, a dazzling light flashed, and dense electric arcs erupted all over his body, just like the god of thunder. Ziz. Seeing this scene, the three major golden cores suddenly showed panic in their eyes. You are nascent soul period. Boom. With a bang, the three golden core phases were directly turned into coke. The people who are summoned have unique personalities and cultivation technique, all of which are random. And what Chen Wenj practiced was lay fa. There are thousands of skills, but the thunder attribute is the most overbearing. No matter how strong the golden core stage is, it is like an ant in front of the nascent soul stage, with no resistance. Seeing this scene, Huang Qingqing froze in place, her eyes widened, and the fear in her heart continued to pervade, causing her to tremble all over. Nascent soul period. The Chen family actually has a nascent soul period. Dad, do you know about this? Dream River City has a fourth nascent soul force. And Chen Yun, who was on the side, was completely confused at the moment. The person who followed the patriarch turned out to be a nascent soul stage. He never thought about this possibility at all. This is the nascent soul stage, how could he be willing to surrender to a golden core stage? Seeing this scene, Huang Ping was also dumbfounded, and even forgot the pain from his leg. The Chen family has a nascent soul period. I really got into trouble. The family actually offended a nascent soul period for me. Although he is very arrogant on weekdays, he has always picked the weak to step on. He has never committed any crimes that the Huang family can't afford, or forces that are difficult to deal with. But today he brought the Huang family to offend a nascent soul period. It also killed the family's three golden core phases returned to origin, and even his third sister may have been killed. Huang Ping's eyes were full of helplessness. Third sister, I don't know about the Chen family's affairs, I'm sorry, I really don't know. Huang Ping's eyes were full of tears. Until now he still thinks that the Huang family came to trouble the Chen family because of him. Huang Qingqing turned a deaf ear to Huang Ping's words, and only Chen Wenj was in his eyes. Chen Wenj said with a faint smile, looking at your appearance, you are here to find something at the Chen family. But unfortunately, you are looking in the wrong place. The Chen family does not have what you are looking for. However, if you are willing to say something we don't know, maybe I can let you go. Huang Qingqing looked confused. My lord, I don't know what you are talking about. Chen Wenj shook his head. Forget it, it doesn't matter. As the voice fell, a flash of lightning flashed, and Huang Qingqing's charred body fell to the ground. Huang Ping's heart-piercing cries sounded immediately. Third sister. I'm sorry. Third sister. Chen Wenji's eyes were indifferent. It's so noisy. Without further ado, Chen Yun went up and swung the saber down, chopping off Huang Ping's head. For Huang Ping, he didn't feel sorry for him at all. He had also heard a lot of rumors about the fourth young master Huang, and he did a lot of murder and arson on weekdays. In the end, it's really disgusting to still pretend to be a brother and sister here. 5%. Chapter 16 The Shocked Chen Family. 3 elders, I have to report to the patriarch. Chen Wenj said hello, then turned and left. Chen Yun looked at his back with an extremely complicated expression. The Chen family had a nascent soul period, not to mention the others, he was extremely shocked. The key is, could you come out sooner? I almost thought the Chen family was going to die. Chen Shan, Chen Shan. Chen Yun shouted at the top of his voice, and his voice spread throughout the Chen family. Chen Shan's figure appeared quickly, and his tone was full of doubts. Why, the Huang family left? Chen Yun shook his head, pointed to the 5 charred corpses on the ground and said, people didn't leave, they are here. After speaking, he turned and left directly to calm down his inner emotions. Chen Shan looked at the 4 charred corpses with doubts on his face. The next moment he was shocked, and hurriedly chased after them, asking anxiously, are they all dead? Deep in the inner courtyard. After Chen Wenj came back, he didn't report it right away. He could sense that Chen Daojun inside was not in a hurry at the critical moment of cultivation. And there is no need to worry about such a small matter. However, when the 5 members of the Huang family were killed, all the direct descendants got the news very quickly. But this time they didn't say it with much fanfare, only the direct descendants knew about it, so as to avoid information leakage. Although this is meaningless, after all, it is the head of the Huang family who ordered the 5 members of the Huang family to come here, and he will naturally find out the abnormality here soon. The members of the Chen family also gathered together and began to discuss countermeasures. Chen Yuan was shocked. 3 elders, what's going on? Why did the 3 golden core phases return to origin die inexplicably? Could it be that Chen Guang made the move? But he alone is not enough. 1 golden core period returned to origin, killing 3 golden core periods returned to origin. This is no different from the Arabian Nights. I don't think the most urgent thing is to consider this issue. The members of the Huang family died in the Chen family. This matter must not end well. Why don't we run now? It makes sense. Before the Huang family can react, act quickly. Chen Yun took a deep breath to calm down his inner emotions, and then said lightly, everyone, don't worry, our Chen family has a nascent soul cultivator, and the 5 members of the Huang family were killed by that nascent soul cultivator. Killed by the soul period. As soon as these words came out, the scene suddenly fell into dead silence, and everyone's eyes widened in disbelief. Nascent soul period. The Chen family has a nascent soul period. And the first thought that popped up in everyone's mind was that Chen Yun was joking. Is this a dream? How could the Chen family have a nascent soul period? Countless questions popped up in my mind. The old man used to lead the Chen family to conquer the world. His life was so miserable that sometimes he couldn't even get the resources. 2 golden core period cultivators popped up suddenly before, so let's not talk about it. It's understandable, and it's within the acceptable range. But now there is another nascent soul period. What does this mean? Could it be that they were supporting us poorly before? Chen Kui's eyes were serious. 3rd brother, are you kidding me? Chen Yun said slowly. You can go and see the corpses of several members of the Huang family, and see if that is the power that the golden core period can cause. Hearing this sentence, the doubts in everyone's hearts disappeared without a trace, and they all said that for this reason, it seems that the facts are exactly as Chen Yun said. The Chen family really has a nascent soul period. Chen Kui glanced around, then frowned. Who is this person? Chen Yun said without hesitation, it's the one who follows the patriarch. He has never been in contact with Chen Wenj, so he can't name him. When Chen Yi heard this, she exclaimed, Chen Wenj. She had been walking around with Chen Daojun recently, and she had heard the owner call Chen Wenj's name, so she wrote it down, but Chen Yi never thought that the other party was actually a cultivator in the nascent soul period. This is so shocking. The people present fell silent again. Unexpectedly it was related to the patriarch again. Chen Yuan swallowed, and finally knew why Chen Daojun had such a contemptuous attitude when he went to report before, as if he looked down on the Huang family at all. It turned out that it was because the Chen family had a trump card. But is this whole card really a whole card? At the beginning, when Chen Wu appeared next to the patriarch, everyone was shocked, thinking that this was the old man's backhand. But with the appearance of Chen Guang, everyone gradually realized that something was wrong. Although the old man is smart, he is not yet at the level of strategizing. With the appearance of Chen Wenj, everyone's cognition has been completely subverted, and the cognition of Chen Daojun has also undergone earth-shaking changes. Chen Yun murmured, "It's another low-level cultivation technique of mysterious rank, and another stage of nascent soul. It won't be another divine transformation stage after a while, right?" Hiss. Chen Yun suddenly gasped. This kind of thing is unimaginable, but he feels that this kind of thing is not impossible. Everyone fell into silence, their thoughts were flying, and they were accepting everything that happened before their eyes. After a while, Chen Shan asked, "Then what should we do now that we have killed the members of the Huang family?" Hearing this sentence, everyone at the scene was shocked again. That's right, if the Huang family is killed, will the Huang family just let it go? Chen Yun shook his head and said, "These things are not for us to consider, we just need to listen to Patriarch's orders." He is now completely convinced of Chen Daojun, and he feels that it is enough to do his own job well, and the Patriarch will definitely take care of what is beyond his ability. This was Chen Yun's subconscious thought. When the others heard the words, they also felt that it made sense, and they all nodded in agreement. For some reason, when they thought that Chen Daojun was still there, they felt extremely at ease. "We're gone, let's all go to practice hard and wait for the Patriarch's orders." Chen Yun turned and left, and the others also left one after another, but their expressions still looked shocked, and they still haven't recovered from it yet. In the depths of the inner courtyard of the Chen family, Chen Daojun pushed open the door, feeling the surge of power in his body, his face was full of joy. Is this a body tyrant? It's worthy of the mysterious rank cultivation technique. At this moment, the strength of his body has at least doubled, and this is the result of his initiation just now. If he can cultivate the super body art to return to origin, his body strength can be increased by at least 4 times. The body cultivator is really powerful. No wonder many people are saying that hands and feet are the most powerful weapons for a powerful body cultivator. Now it seems that this statement is true. Chen Daojun sat down and asked, "Is the matter settled? What is the result?" Chen Wenj responded respectfully, "Patriarch, it seems that the Huang family has come to the Chen family to find something, but we don't know what it is, and the matter of coming to the Chen family is an order from the Huang family. However, it is not known whether it is true or not. I can only deduce it based on what the Huang family said." Chen Daojun nodded, showing a thoughtful expression. "Looking for something, the Chen family doesn't seem to have any valuable treasures, right? It can make a nascent soul interesting, and ordinary items can't do this. But it doesn't matter anymore," Chen Daojun asked. "It's also the nascent soul period, are you sure to win the opponent?" 5%. Chapter 17 Deterrence. Chen Wenj frowned when he heard this, but quickly said, "Patriarch, I'm nascent soul middle stage, and I'm cultivating Lifa, ordinary and realm are not my opponents, but if you want to kill." Chen Wenj frowned. "It's a bit difficult. Generally, a cultivation base with a nascent soul stage will definitely accumulate a lot of whole cards. Unless there is a huge difference in strength, it will not be easy to kill the opponent." After Chen Wenj finished speaking, Chen Daojun probably understood. It seems that the Huang Patriarch can't be killed today. He didn't have much contact with the Huang family, he only knew that the head of the family was called Huang Qingwen, and he didn't know the specific strength. But according to his speculation, it is likely to be the nascent soul middle stage. But it doesn't matter, with Chen Wenj around, the other party has nothing to do with them. You just need to wait a little longer, or draw out another guard, or he directly breaks through the nascent soul stage, and when the 2 nascent soul stages join forces, wouldn't it be easy to kill Huang Qingwen? Now many members of the Chen family have broken through the foundation establishment period, plus he has increased the daily cultivation resources and returned to Chen Daojun's cultivation base, which has also increased at an incomparably obvious speed. But obviously, after breaking through the 4th layer of the golden core period, this speed is getting slower and slower. He estimates that it may take 3 to 5 days to break through the nascent soul stage. But this is also extremely fast. It has only been a few days since he crossed over, and he has already changed from a chi refining period to a golden core period, and he has changed the Chen family into this appearance. As long as it continues, the growth of the Chen family will be great. Incredibly amazing. Chen Wenj, pay more attention to the movements of the nascent soul in Meng City recently, especially the one from the Huang family. Chen Daojun ordered. Huang Qingqing and others died in the Chen family. It is impossible for the Huang family to do nothing. They are not afraid that they will come directly to make trouble, but they will come to Yin. Chen Wenj nodded, and then asked, Patriarch, do you need me to scare that Huang family? Chen Daojun looked up at him, with some surprise in his eyes. This Chen Wenj's mind was a bit too delicate, and it belonged to the mental responsibility. When Chen Wenj heard this, an incomparably huge aura burst out from his body. In an instant, all people above the Foundation establishment stage in Dream River City felt this breath. Nascent soul period. Suddenly, many people exclaimed. Among them, the 3 nascent soul periods have the strongest feeling. The 4th nascent soul period. Huang Qingwen narrowed his eyes. Judging from his aura, this was still a nascent soul stage with strong strength. And looking at this appearance, there is a feeling of declaration. Do you want to settle in Dream River City in the nascent soul period from other places? Huang Qingwen's eyes suddenly burst into coldness. Dream River City has so many resources, and the 3 nascent soul stage powers are just enough. If one more is added, it means that the 3 of them will sacrifice certain interests. Huang Qingwen divine sense probed towards the direction of the burst of breath, but soon his expression changed. Not that direction. Come on, hurry up and find out where this breath comes from. An order was issued from the Huang family, and someone immediately came towards the Chen family. Huang Qingwen had a bad feeling in his heart. If the Chen family really had a nascent soul period, sending Huang Qingqing and the others to the door would be no different from courting death. It doesn't matter if Huang Ping dies, it's a huge loss to the Huang family if Huang Qingqing and the 3 golden core phase return to origin die. Dream River City, Qi family. After Qi Xiaohe sensed this breath, his reaction was similar to that of Huang Qingwen, but his eyes were full of fear. Although he was very reluctant to have an extra nascent soul stage in Dream River City, but this aura is not weak, and if he really wanted to fight, it would be really difficult unless he joined hands with the other 2 major forces. But people's hearts are unpredictable, and this kind of thing is too difficult to deal with. Maybe you are cooperating with others, but others have already cooperated with this new nascent soul period. At the critical moment, they will beat you back and kill you directly. At that time, Dream River City will still maintain the status of the 3 nascent soul period leaders. Of the 3 nascent soul stage forces, their Qi family is the weakest and has the worst background. The City Lord's mansion and the Huang family can fight, but their Qi family can't. Qi Xiaohe shook his head and sighed, looking a little tired. The rise and fall of the entire family is in his hands, and everything has to be considered carefully, which really makes him a little exhausted. At the same time, in the City Lord's mansion, a tall man with a beard and a fleshy face narrowed his eyes, looked in the direction of the Chen family and sneered. Nascent soul stage. Our Dream River City can't accommodate the 4th nascent soul stage force. What he was referring to naturally did not include the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce. After all, he couldn't afford to mess with it. Moreover, the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce is very neutral, and basically does not care about the struggles between the major forces. Apart from the Chamber of Commerce, there are no other industries, and the interests involved are not very big, so no one cares about them. Standing beside him was a middle-aged man with wise eyes. At this moment, he asked, Master City Lord, do you need to visit this person? Gongsun Yang shook his head, and said coldly, it's just a nascent soul middle stage. When Yuer breaks through the nascent soul stage, he will be destroyed directly, and then the Qi family will be destroyed together. It's just that the Huang family. When talking about the Huang family, Gongsun Yang's tone paused for a moment, and the rampant look in his eyes restrained, a little apprehensive. Actually, it is not that the Huang family is very powerful, but because the eldest young master of the Huang family is a disciple of 7-Star Valley, and his status is not low. If he destroys the Huang family, 7-Star Valley will definitely make trouble for him. The middle-aged man smiled lightly and said, My lord, there is no need to enjoy the cake of Meng City all by yourself. The Huang family has a background in the 7-Star Valley. It is a good result for us to make friends with it. Gongsun Yang raised his eyebrows, and immediately laughed. This statement makes sense. After a few discussions, the City Lord's mansion also completely fell silent. Inside the Chen family, sensing the powerful aura in the family, everyone's heart was shocked, and their faces were full of joy. If the Golden Core stage can protect itself in Dream River City, then the Nascent Soul stage can dominate here. Chen Daojun said, Chen Wenj, you will find Chen Yun later and let him take you to deal with the Chen family's affairs. For a talent like Chen Wenj, it would be a waste to just stay by his side as a guard. Moreover, the loyalty of the summoned characters to him is guaranteed, so he can feel at ease. Chen Wenj saluted respectfully. Obey. Chen Daojun then took out 9 million low-grade spirit stones again, filling several universe bags. Spirit stones here. Go to the Tengfei Chamber of Commerce sometime and buy all the marrow washing pills. The talents of the Chen family are too poor, and the effect of Zisui pill is very obvious to them. With 9 million low-grade spirit stones, you can buy 300 marrow cleansing pills, which should be enough in a short time. Chen Wenj took the Chenkin bag, cupped hands and said, Patriarch, please rest assured. Chen Daojun nodded in satisfaction, and handed over the matter to Chen Wenj. He was still very relieved. The other party had a delicate mind and was not careless. With him here, Chen Yun can also share a lot of burdens. 5.6%. Chapter 18 4th Rank Pill Refiner. What? Huang Qingwen stood up abruptly. A terrifying power burst out from his body, and his eyes were full of disbelief. Are you sure it's from the Chen family? The servants of the Huang family knelt on the ground, their bodies trembling slightly, their faces full of horror. Patriarch, the villain is definitely not wrong in his judgment. A piercing killing intent emerged from his body, and the surrounding air became cold, and the servant of the Huang family couldn't help shivering. The Chen family. Good. Very good. Huang Qingwen sat on the stone bench and whispered. In this way, Qingqing should have had an accident, and there are still 3 golden core phases returned to origin will definitely not be spared. Thinking of this, Huang Qingwen clenched his fist, and the stone table shattered and exploded. Damn it. This action caused heavy losses to the Huang family, not only the death of Huang Qingqing, but also 3 golden core stages returned to origin, which took countless resources to cultivate. Thinking of this, Huang Qingwen's eyes became extremely cold. Chen Qin. The news about the Chen family was given to him by Chen Qin, and Huang Qingwen had sent someone to kill the Chen family before. Did Chen Qin cheat himself? Not necessarily. He didn't need to do this, and from the news he got, it seemed that Chen Qin was abolished in the Chen family's cultivation base, and that's why he hated the Chen family. But no matter what, Chen Qin didn't need to lie to himself. Maybe Chen Qingxing didn't know anything about the Chen family. Huang Qingwen rubbed his temples and waved his hands. Go down. The servant immediately got up and left as if he had received an amnesty. Everything was wrong. If the Chen family had a nascent soul period, then it was all right. The Chen family doesn't have any bullshit babies at all. It just hides a nascent soul period secretly, but Chen Qin and those idiots don't know about it. Damn it. Chen Qin. If he hadn't killed him long ago, he really wanted to arrest Chen Qin and torture him severely, but he gave him a wrong message, which resulted in the death of the Huang family for 3 golden core periods. Moreover, they formed a deadly feud with each other, and even the relationship could not be eased. But it doesn't matter. Huang Qingwen took out a jade talisman, and then whispered, there is something in the clan that requires you to come back as soon as possible. After speaking, he crushed the jade talisman. The jade talisman turned into a stream of light and disappeared into the sky in an instant. This is a messenger talisman for thousands of miles, and it is very valuable. Each one needs to be close to 400,000 low-grade spirit stones. Generally, if there is no major event, Huang Qingwen will never use it. Since they have all become mortal enemies, then just kill you directly. Huang Qingwen's eyes were full of cold killing intent. The next day, after Huang Qingqing and others died, the Huang family did not move at all. But this is also expected by Chen Daojun. After all, everyone is in the nascent soul period. Even if you really want to kill, you still have to spend some time preparing. Every day, the refresh time of the Chen Daojun system lucky draw is at 6:30 in the morning. Successful lottery. Get summoned character, 4th rank senior pill refiner. Successful draw. Get the mysterious rank intermediate defense magical item. Successful lottery draw. Get a yellow rank advanced medicine pill, and get 300 spirit recovery pills. Chen Daojun looked at the rewards he got today, and immediately beamed with joy. This time, he not only got a summoned character, but also a pill refining teacher. The 4th rank pill refining master not only has a cultivation base comparable to nascent souls period, but can also refine medicine pill, which is of great benefit to the current Chen family. Chen Daojun also wants to comprehensively improve the development direction of the Chen family. This 4th rank pill refining master can also just guide the disciples in the clan, so that the Chen family can also have some pill refining masters. With this newly summoned character, the Chen family has 2 nascent soul cultivators. Then he looked at the second reward, the defensive magical item of mysterious rank intermediate. In terms of value alone, it was already the most valuable item he had ever drawn. There has never been an item of this level in Dream River City, so it is difficult for Chen Daojun to deduce its specific value. Chen Daojun waved his hand lightly, and a cold bracelet appeared in his hand. Just looking at it felt a little extraordinary. This defensive magical item needs to be activated actively, and it can withstand 3 attacks in the normal divine transformation period. For the moment, it is also a good defensive magical item. After all, the divine transformation phase can be blocked 3 times, let alone the nascent soul phase. Taking a deep breath, Chen Daojun whispered, "Summon." In an instant, the space surged, and a figure floatingly emerged. I saw that his hair was gray, but there was no wrinkle on his face, his temperament was calm, and his body had a faint scent of medicine, which gave people an extremely comfortable feeling. Chen Daojun glanced at him, and couldn't help complaining in his heart. How do you manage to feel old but look young? Chen Lu, meet the patriarch. The young old man bowed directly to Chen Daojun, his expression full of respect. After Chen Lu was summoned, the patriarch's luck value also increased to 210. Chen Daojun said lightly, "Get up." Chen Lu stood up slowly, but he kept his head down slightly, and could only see the appearance of Chen Daojun's mouth, which was the humble gesture of a subordinate when facing a superior. Chen Daojun asked suspiciously, "Chen Lu, how is your cultivation base?" Chen Lu responded immediately, "I tell the patriarch, I am the return to origin cultivator of the nascent soul stage." Chen Daojun looked happy. "Then how is your combat power? Compared with the normal nascent soul stage return to origin cultivator?" I asked this question because I was influenced by reading novels before. Those pill refining masters are obsessed with the technique of pill refining, and they are extremely bad at fighting, so their combat effectiveness is much weaker than that of Realm. Chen Lu showed a thoughtful look, and then responded, "If it is an ordinary nascent soul stage return to origin cultivator, there is only one person, and I can kill it at will. 2 people can't do anything to me, and at least 3 people are needed to suppress me." Quote. Ah, Chen Daojun froze for a moment. Are you a real pill refiner? Why is the fighting power so strong? Seemingly seeing his doubts, Chen Lu said, neither humble nor overbearing. Patriarch, there are generally 2 types of pill refinishers, professional pill refinishers and semi-professional pill refinishers. If you are a professional pill refinisher, of course you are obsessed with alchemy, and you are naturally interested in fighting. Things are not working, and the combat power is weak. But I am a semi-professional, so I also attach great importance to fighting skills. Because I am a pill refining master, I have better control over spirit power. I am not my opponent like ordinary cultivators in Realm. Chen Daojun was relieved when he heard the words. This was indeed true. The pill refining masters were just not good at fighting, but that doesn't mean they were weak. The fighting power is strong, which is exactly what he wants. The matter of the Huang family can also be dealt with quickly. Thinking that there is still a nascent soul staring at the Chen family, Chen Daojun has a feeling that he can't sleep well, and is worried that the other party will attack the Chen family. But right now, it seems that there is no need to worry about this problem. I'm going to strike first. Chen Daojun shouted. Chen Wu, go and let Chen Wenj and Chen Yun come to see me. Chen Wu outside the door responded immediately. Obey. Chen Wu was the first character he summoned. He has a simple and honest personality, and his cultivation base is very average. It is not good to ask him to do other fine work, let alone use his brain. So I simply let him be a guard at the gate, running errands for him on weekdays and so on. 6%. Chapter 19, Destroying the Huang Family. In the depths of the inner courtyard of the Chen family, Chen Daojun drank tea, looking like a wise man. This is the real hang-up. You don't need to do anything yourself. The summoned characters can help you solve all the problems. Soon, Chen Yun and Chen Wenj came to the room. Meet the patriarch. Both of them saluted Chen Daojun. Chen Daojun nodded, pointed to Chen Lu beside him and said, let me introduce, this is Chen Lu, who is the 4th rank pill refining master. From now on, he will be the pill refining elder of our Chen family, and at the same time be responsible for guiding the disciples in the clan. Pill refining practice. 4th rank pill refiner. Chen Yun was stunned when he heard this sentence. Pill refining masters are extremely precious. In the entire Dream River City, the highest rank is only a 3rd level pill refining master. A 4th tier pill refining master, that is completely unimaginable. The aura on Chen Lu's body was not hidden. It was true that the nascent soul period was not faked, and with the faint medicinal scent on his body, no matter how doubtful Chen Yun was, he had to believe that it was all true. But Chen Yun was very curious. Why? Why did the Chen family suddenly have two nascent soul periods? A Chen Wenj is now a fourth-rank pill refining teacher. This is too outrageous. Chen Yun glanced at Chen Daojun. He knew all this was caused by the patriarch in front of him. Still underestimate him. Chen Yun took a deep breath and said respectfully, Chen Yun takes orders. Chen Lu turned to look at him with a kind smile on his face. Chen Yun also responded with a smile, but he was very puzzled. Why this fourth-rank pill refiner has white hair, but his face is so young? How do you manage to feel old but look young? Chen Daojun then ordered. Chen Yun, take Chen Guang and Chen Wu and go and destroy the Shu family. Our Chen family and the Shu family have been feuding for a long time. Even if he is made to submit to us, he will never be safe and secure. It is safest to kill this kind of potential rebellious boy directly. Chen Yun nodded immediately. Yes. Murderous intent suddenly appeared in Chen Daojun's eyes, and he said in a cold tone, Chen Lu and Chen Wenj, you will go to Huang's house with me later. Now that he had become enemies with the Huang family, Chen Daojun naturally did not think about letting them go. Now that he has the strength, he must destroy this enemy first. Although the Huang family did not take any action now, Chen Daojun believed that the other party was just waiting for an opportunity, and when they were fully prepared, they would definitely come to him. Obey. Chen Lu and Chen Wenj nodded immediately. To deal with these matters, Chen Daojun is relatively simple and direct, and does not think about strategizing. Sometimes the best way to solve a problem is violence. Soon, the members of the Chen family started to move, with Chen Yun, Chen Guang and others immediately heading towards the Shu family. All of them had murderous looks on their faces. The Shu family has always been against their Chen family, disgusting the Chen family both openly and secretly, and now they finally have a chance to take revenge. And Chen Daojun led Chen Lu and the two of them directly towards Huang's house. Just arrived in front of Huang's house. Chen Lu then said, Patriarch, it seems that there is only one nascent soul middle stage in this Huang family. He is a pill refining master, and his soul is extremely powerful, plus he is in the nascent soul stage return to origin. In his eyes, a nascent soul middle stage is naturally invisible. Chen Daojun looked up at the gate of Huang's house. From today, there will be one less of the three old nascent soul forces in Dream River City. Then he turned his head and looked around. The passers-by on the road seemed to be extremely afraid of the Huang family, and they didn't dare to stop in front of the door. Many people even walked around. What are you doing? Get out of here. A guard in front of Huang's house suddenly pointed at Chen Daojun and the three of them and yelled angrily, looking arrogant and domineering. Chen Daojun didn't answer, and he didn't bother to go in and communicate with the members of the Huang family, but said lightly, destroy it. Chen Lu and Chen Wenj looked at each other, and immediately walked towards Huang's house. What are you two doing? Get the hell out. When the two guards saw Chen Lu coming directly, they reprimanded them again, but Chen Lu and Chen Wenj didn't speak, but walked straight away. Seeing this, the two guards immediately had a murderous look on their faces. Court death. The two directly drew out the long knives around their waists, and walked towards them with a murderous look. Suddenly, Chen Wenj's figure disappeared in place, the eyes of the two guards blurred, and then fell directly into a pool of blood. Just 2 foundation establishment periods. It doesn't take much effort to kill them. The two nascent souls attacked in the early stage, and the members of the Huang family couldn't even scream, so they were wiped out silently. Chen Daojun didn't say anything, but sat down at a noodle restaurant that was closer to Huang's house, and ordered a beef noodle. To his surprise, there are beef noodles in this world, and the taste is surprisingly good. The noodles are strong, and the beef is extremely tender, without the slightest technology and hard work. But the price is not low. Each bowl is 10 low-grade spirit stones, which is not low. Chen Daojun quickly showed off 3 bowls and ate very happily. Look, what happened to the Huang family? Suddenly there was an exclamation in the noodle shop, and someone immediately looked towards the gate of Huang's house. 2 guards fell in a pool of blood, and the blood was flowing on the street. With exclamations, more and more people noticed the situation of the Huang family. Who did this? It's so bold that even the guards of the Huang family dared to kill them. Are you really not afraid of death? This is the Huang family. Is there anyone in Dream River City who would dare to do such a thing? Exclamations kept ringing out, and they were all surprised by what happened in front of them. Many people who were born and bred in Meng City had never seen such a thing before, and someone dared to provoke the Huang family. I guess I met Lengtaching. Just wait and see. I don't think it will be long before the corpse will be hung in front of Huang's house as a ban. How dare you kill the guards of the Huang family? I have lived in Dream River City for decades, and this is the first time I have encountered such a fool. Crying and sarcastic voices continued to sound from the noodle shop. Suddenly, a huge explosion sounded, and 3 powerful breaths erupted, sweeping the entire Dream River City. Everyone in Mang City immediately looked in the direction of the burst of breath. The 3 major nascent soul periods come together. What happened? Who are you to attack my Huang family? Huang Qingwen's roar echoed. Everyone in the noodle shop was shocked. No one thought that it was the 2 nascent soul phases who attacked the Huang family. But they couldn't figure out which faction could have 2 nascent soul periods. Could it be that the City Lord's mansion and the Qi family joined forces? I think it's very possible, but why did they team up with the Huang family? I heard that the young master of the Huang family is a disciple of 7-Star Valley. Are they risking offending 7-Star Valley to destroy Huang? Home. Not necessarily. Didn't Dream River City have an extra nascent soul period before? Maybe someone joined forces with him. 3.6%. Chapter 20 The Threat of 7-Star Valley. After the sound of violent drinking sounded, dazzling flames and thunder arcs erupted in Huang's house, and then a raging fire ignited. Inside the City Lord's mansion, Gongsun Yan's eyes were full of horror, and there were 2 strange breaths of nascent soul. When did Dream River City have 2 more nascent soul periods? Moreover, these 2 auras of the nascent soul period were gathered in the Huang family, and they were together. So strong. One of them is at least nascent soul late stage. What kind of power do these 2 people come from? Are they not afraid of offending the 7 Stars Valley if they target the Huang family so much? These 2 nascent soul periods also completely disrupted his plans. Originally, he planned to wait for Gongsun Yu to break through the nascent soul stage, destroy the Qi family, and then form an alliance with the Huang family to truly unify the entire Dream River City, but now it seems that it is not so easy to achieve his goal. Even if their City Lord's mansion has 2 nascent soul stages, it is at most equal to this force with 2 nascent soul stages. But, a sneer flashed across Gongsun Yang's eyes. The 2 new nascent soul phases probably didn't know the Huang family well, and didn't know that the other party was backed by the 7-Star Valley. When the Huang family is destroyed and Kixingu comes to seek revenge, and then wipe out this newly rising force, the remaining Qi family will not pose a threat. At that time, the entire Dream River City will be his. The fisherman wins when the clam fights. Now. Outside the Huang family, Chen Daojun ate noodles leisurely. Since he came to this world, he hadn't eaten a single meal. Including the few days in Chen's house, he didn't eat anything other than a little fruit. Generally, the cultivator during Qi refining period can skip meals for a week, not to mention the foundation establishment period and golden core period. It may be for this reason that this noodle tastes so good. Practitioners don't need to eat, and if they want to stimulate consumption, they can only start from the taste. Shopkeeper, another bowl, Chen Daojun shouted, but the shopkeeper just looked at the Huang family intently. The shopkeeper, Chen Daojun shouted again, and the shopkeeper came back to his senses, and said with a smile, "Okay, wait a minute." The people around were a little speechless when they heard Chen Daojun's words. Such a big thing happened in the Huang family. You don't go to the theater, you eat noodles here. Isn't it a bit too confusing? But soon, no one continued to pay attention to Chen Daojun, but looked in the direction of Huang's house, and discussions continued to ring out. No one thought that the Huang family would encounter disaster today. Soon, 2 figures walked out of the Huang family, holding a bloody man in their hands. It was the head of the Huang family. Facing this scene, the people around them all stared in horror. The Huang family was actually wiped out, and even Huang Qingwen was captured alive. Everyone looked at what happened in front of them with disbelief, which was too unreal. Those who watched the play also stayed away one after another, for fear of offending the 2 nascent soul period. They are fierce men who can destroy the Huang family. Chen Lu and the 2 turned their heads to glance around, and then came directly towards the noodle shop. But everyone in the noodle shop turned pale with fright, and kept backing away. The people in the whole shop were almost huddled in the corner, their eyes full of horror. Chen Lu and the 2 went straight to a young man who was talking happily. "Patriarch, is this Huang Qingwen going to be killed directly?" Chen Lu's respectful voice sounded. Hearing this sentence, everyone in the noodle restaurant was already staring at Chen Daojun with confused eyes. This person is actually their patriarch. They all felt cold in their hearts. 2 patriarchs in the nascent soul stage, what kind of strength do they have? Fortunately, I didn't offend him just now. Chen Daojun glanced at Huang Qingwen, who was dying, and was about to order to kill him when he heard a faint voice. You are members of the Chen family. My son is the true disciple of the head of Seven Star Valley. If you dare to kill me, aren't you afraid of Seven Star Valley's revenge? Hearing this, Chen Daojun frowned. This Huang family actually has a true biography of the head of the sect, which he did not expect, and he thought it was an ordinary disciple. This is a bit troublesome. The current Chen family does not have the combat power of the divine transformation period. If the Seven Star Valley attacks directly at this time, it will definitely be a devastating blow to the Chen family. Seeing Chen Daojun's appearance, Huang Qingwen immediately spoke again. I have sent a letter to my son, and he will be back soon. Chen Daojun asked, what did you say in the letter? Huang Qingwen was obviously stunned for a moment, not knowing why Chen Daojun asked such a question, but he quickly regained his composure. Of course you attacked my Huang family. Chen Daojun immediately noticed this detail, so he sneered and said, it doesn't matter what the content of your letter is. I only know that your Huang family has been destroyed. He probably doesn't know. It's impossible for your son to be in the divine transformation stage when he is so powerful. If he dares to return to Dream River City, I will kill him together. After finishing speaking, with Huang Qingwen's frightened eyes in his eyes, he waved his hand, and Chen Lu immediately crushed him to death. A cold body suddenly fell to the ground. The people in the noodle shop all looked terrified, their eyes widened. When I came back to my senses, the table was only filled with crystal clear spirit stones. The three of Chen Daojun had already left. Go back to Chen's house. Chen Yun also just came back. Chen Guang and Chen Wu teamed up to destroy the Shu family with ease. The strength of the Shu family is similar to that of the former Chen family, and the owners are all golden core early stage cultivation bases, with average combat power. Chen Yun asked, Patriarch, what should we do with the property of the Shu family? Chen Daojun had planned for this for a long time, so he said directly, just don't worry about it. Our Chen family doesn't need to do these rubbish industries. Now the Chen family has no shortage of spirit stones, so there is no need to waste manpower to manage them. The blueprint he drew for the Chen family is huge and has a vast future, so he doesn't want the Chen family to be limited to these messy things. The Shu family's industries are cumbersome, and there are many, and the management is extremely complicated, and the harvest of spirit stones is still very small. It takes almost 2 or 3 years to reap the net profit of 1 million inferior spirit stones. That's simply too little. When his luck value was in the early 100s, he could get more than 10 million low-grade spirit stones in a single draw, not to mention it is already more than 200 now. It's not too much to draw 20 million low-rank spirit stones in one draw. Chen Yun frowned. From his point of view, he actually didn't agree with Chen Daojun's idea. Although the Shu family's properties were many and complicated, at least they could bring some benefits to the Chen family every year. Yes, is better than nothing. However, Chen Daojun is the head of the family, and he believed that making this decision must have his own intentions, so he didn't say anything. Chen Daojun continued to ask, during this time, how is the cultivation progress of the people in the Chen family? Speaking of this, Chen Yun's face suddenly showed joy. Patriarch, the progress of cultivation during this period is extremely good. Chen Shang broke through the 4th floor of Foundation Establishment, Chen Yi also broke through the Foundation Establishment stage last night, and Chen Jin broke through the 3rd floor of Foundation Establishment. The tyrant body art you gave me before, I also practiced for the 3 of them. There are also young people like Chen Yuan and Chen Bo who are also close to the Qi refining period return to origin, and 1 step away from the Foundation Establishment period. Then Chen Shan and the others, after taking the Zisui pill, the progress of their cultivation is much faster than before. Cultivation is much faster than before. Cultivation is much faster than